I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Oh, shoot. We're live? Oh, shoot. I messed up there. What's up, guys? We're live. We made it. Or I made it. Let's go. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. All right. Thank you guys for coming by. I was doing some things in the background and I literally kept guard and I'm like, wait, it's looping again. Never mind. Never mind, guys. But welcome everyone to the Peti Kish on live. We're doing it now. This is Christmas week. So I wanted to do a little live stream here, podcast for you guys before the holiday season happens. So yeah, I wanted to do this. I'm in a festive right now. It's a green, ugly Christmas sweater, but the thing is, it's green, so it's see-through through my green screen. But it's a Rudolph one. I found it, and I don't have that much ugly sweaters, and I found this one, and I was like, okay, I'll just put this on because I want to be festive for today, because this is the Christmas week, obviously. So let me see how everything is on my end real quick here, guys. Holy crap. That was a shit show in the beginning already, so it is what it is. We gotta move on. We're doing it live, so that's how it's gonna go. Okay. Looks like we're good. We're good here. Good. All right. How is everyone doing? I took off last week. I had emergency family business I had to take care of, an emergency, so I couldn't really do much. I was very busy all week, and I tried to get a video out this weekend, but it didn't work out, so I'll just talk about it actually sort of today. Now, I will be making a video, like an end-of-the-year video, I would say, guys, of like a wrap-up kind of deal, like top, games that, just in general, like maybe about like the gaming industry or like the movie industry kind of deal. I want to split it in two kind of parts, but I'll see how it goes. But the algorithm is so shit right now. Absolutely, I'm getting felted every way about with the algorithm at the moment. I've been losing some subs. I don't know why I've been losing subs as well. So that is also not good. So I don't know what is going on with YouTube recently. It's been a shit show. I'm just saying. I just see it how it is. And I see other people are talking about it too. It's not good right now, especially with this algorithm. The algorithm hasn't been very good to me, especially at the end of this year. It's probably my worst of the year. Probably my worst, I would say, is the end. But toward like the beginning and middle, it was pretty decent, and then it just went down for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because I haven't been doing as much videos. I don't know what's going on. I've got a video out. Actually, last week I had a video out. So I had a video, and I've been doing live streams on and off. Most of the weeks I've been doing live streams, but I know live streams don't do much to your channel that much as like videos do, but it is what it is. So I have my own time, and I'm trying to get things together because right now I'm very busy, especially during the holidays. Very, very busy during this time. So I'm trying to get things together. I want to, and I usually do this every year. I usually do like a wrap-up video of the year where I just wrap up pretty much what I thought about what's going on, yearly, and see what we can do moving forward, or I can do moving forward for the next year. I have things I'm planning on, but I don't know if it'll actually hit. That's the problem. Like some things might hit. It's like you just throw a dart at the board and see if what works, what doesn't, kind of deal. So there's things here on the chopping block that I want to start implementing on the channel. It's just how will be implemented. That is the thing that's going to be a little bit difficult for me because I have some schedule issues right now at the moment. So I'm going to try to do what I can, but right now this is just how it's going to go, guys. I'm still going to be uploading videos and I'm still going to do live streams. Don't worry. I'm not leaving you guys. Everything's good. It's going to be a bit difficult. We'll see. So there's going to be a live stream, I would say next week before New Year's, and then we're going to have another one at the beginning of the year for the beginning of next year, which will be on my my Born Day Bash, which is usually my birthday stream. So we'll do a birthday stream on next year for that. And that'll be the first stream of the year. And I'll see about videos as well. But there will be at least one more video, at least this year, that I can actually put out for you guys. And it's going to be a nice hefty one. So hopefully you guys will look into that as well. Okay. Okay, so before we get into topics today, guys, since it's the Christmas, I wanted to show you my Christmas sweater. Since it's, see-through and it's green, like my green screen. Let me see. Let me turn off the green screen real quick. There you go. That's my Christmas sweater. It's just literally Rudolph with some snow, I guess like snow flakes. I don't know what's going on. But it's an ugly sweater, obviously. And that's my green screen. I just got a new green screen, so the last one was like really shitty. It was just going apart. It was just absolutely not good. So this is a better green screen. It's a better fabric too. So it's a better feel to it. It's going to be a better time in general because I can actually move around more now. Yeah, so there are things that I'm fixing in the background. I'm not telling you guys because it's not really needed, but I'm just telling you I got a new green screen, really cheap, but who cares? Kind of deal. All right, let me put that back up. So you guys saw my ugly sweater. There you go. Now we're back. All right, see-through. We're back at the cabin. Christmassy vibes. Ready for the season. All right. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, guys. Christmas. I hope you guys do have a wonderful holiday, Christmas, whatever you guys celebrating. I hope you have a good one, guys, this week. If with your families, your friends, your loved ones, all of them. Wish you a good one, guys. And I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for coming by. You guys are awesome. Watching, lurking, whatever you guys are doing. I appreciate all of you guys for sure. Don't forget to like the stream, sub if you're new here. We talk about gaming, movies, pulp culture, entertainment, all sorts of things like that on here. And I really appreciate it if you could do it. Just hit the like and sub. Everything is free here. As well as comment, chat, use the chat, whatever you want to do. Because YouTube likes movement on these channels, on these videos, on these live streams. Because if there's no movement, they really don't like that. They usually like it if there is some sort of just something going on. The conversation needs to go. Stuff needs to, move along kind of deal. There's just something there. It's not just me talking and stuff like that, But I will be giving you. I'd appreciate all of you guys for any support you do. I really do. I thank everyone again. And we'll just continue with the topics of today or topics of the week, pretty much. All right, so we're going to go into this, guys. I don't think there's anything else to talk about at the moment. We have a little fan movie here, guys. We're going to watch this real quick. And I am excited to see this. So, we got a fan movie going on here. This is by the Residents of Evil. They are fans of Resident Evil, as you know in the name, Residents of Evil. And they started this a while back, and now they're just posted their first trailer for it. And it's called Resurrection A Biohazard Story. So, official trailer, original Resident Evil 1 cast. So, that's what it is. It's the OG Resident Evil cast is back. The ones you saw from the live action moving in from the PS1 era, they brought all those actors back to replace their roles, but in a modern setting. So now they're older, obviously, and they're still doing still doing their tasks, to defeat biohazard kind of situations and stuff like that, with zombies and all that. But yeah, they made a fan movie. These are the same people who did Keeper's Diary, A Biohazard Story, and that was phenomenally, very well done. Probably, I'm not going to lie, probably the best inspiring Resident Evil cinematic thing I've seen in a long time, because every time Hollywood does something with Resident Evil, it just doesn't work. The source material is out the window. Most of the time, it's not there. It's just a clusterfuck. But this one, I think, is gonna hit hard, because this one is all about the fans. This is all fan service. This is all about what we wanted. But it's like their own kind of version. So this is their own story they're telling. But it seems very interesting, and it seems like it's going to be a pretty decent series or movie on YouTube, so everyone can see this. So let's check it out. Let's see what it is about. There you go. Let's put the volume up. There you go, guys. The original cast. Resident Evil 5. Wesker is back. Mexico.
I want to know the truth. No more lies. You've got till the count of 3.
The prodigal children return.
The fuck is that supposed to mean, old man?
Hell yeah.
7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare. Isn't that right, Jill?
Luffy! No, get out! What's the matter, old friend? You look like you've seen a ghost.
So good, dude. I'm so down for this. March 22nd, 2026, guys. Mark that on your calendar. It's going to be great. Shout out to the Residents of Evil for doing what most Resident Evil fans want. Just telling stories that fans want. Telling story like this feels like just pure fan service, but at the same time, it's gonna be truthful to the lore of the Resident Evil games. So this is gonna be, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. Hopefully, this one hits it out of the park, just like the Keeper's Diary. Definitely check that out, guys, when it comes down. For sure, I will be watching that, and I might do a review of it. Who knows, in the future. Okay, we're opening up again. I forgot to take the curtains down. Okay, there we go. Good. Everything good? Okay, good. All right. Making sure. Okay, so we got Resident Evil
It's a
done.
day that ends in Y.
I don't know what that was. Oh, we got another. We have more videos. Don't worry for later. We have more videos to watch. Okay, let's get into other topics here. There's a lot here, guys. Besides that, especially the main topics as well that you guys see on top. Let's see here. Okay, let's go into this right now here. All right, this one is by Pirate Nation. Let me zoom in for you guys. And it says, Steam reveals that players spent only 14% of their time on games released in 2025, preferencing older titles. And this person here, viral that. So this is pretty much showing that a lot of people are not playing any newer games, and more people are just playing retro and older games, which is good. I don't mind people having a versatile look at different types of games from the past and from the present, and newer ones coming forward. I don't have a problem with that, but how the games have been, let's just say how the games are made today and how they are released, buggy messes, optimization issues, sometimes just pandering to the modern audience and all that. And just the game is meh to boring most of the time. A lot of just filler, fetch quests, doesn't feel anything tangible and fun. So that's why a lot of people are going back and playing these older games. Some of them are actually more challenging. You actually get some kind of emotion out of them. You get some, I don't know. People are more appreciating more of what we got back then than now. Now everything just feels the same in a lot of areas. Everything just does. It depends on what kind of game it is, obviously, what type of game it is and all that. But everything just feels the same. It's because everyone's using Unreal Engine 5. They all just feel the same. Everything feels the same. And back then, the limitations of what we had, we didn't know how good we had it, I would say. I'm not saying games are bad today. There are hidden gems here and there that are actually really good. That is mostly in the indie and AA space at the moment. And sometimes you have a AAA game that's actually a banger. But it's very rare now, I think, than ever before. We saw that with the Game Awards, which we're going to talk about a little bit today as well. So players spent only 14% of their time on games released in 2025. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. They just prefer older games. Plus, the older games are on sale and they're cheaper, and people are trying them out because they never did, and they want to see what it's all about. And I don't blame them. I still go back. I play some retro games all the time on Steam, on and off. I do different, I play a versatile of different games usually. Today, most of the time, it's really hard. I've been kind of messing up in some ways because I've been playing too many online games with friends recently. Just games in general like Marvel Rivals or Fortnite or Arc Raiders or stuff like that. Games like that right now. That is where it's at the moment. But sometimes I just want to relax and play a single-player game. That's why I played Metal Gear Solid, which is a remake, obviously, the Delta Snake Eater one. It's a remake, but I still enjoy that kind of game. And then I had also Clear Obscure Expedition 33 this year. I had a blast with that one. That was an amazing game. Still got to beat it, though. But what I played and what I liked, it was really good. And what I liked about it was really good, guys. It is a true, those JRPG games without taking out the J out of it. It's just an RPG. But it does feel like one of those JRPG games that deserved definitely Game of the Year. But some people don't think that, which we're going to go through later. But yeah, I'm not surprised about this. And if you guys are getting people gifts right now or buying yourself something, there's a huge discount sale right now on Steam. It's the winter sale. So get something good for you guys. Get something good for yourselves this Christmas, or for others, gift them something good on Steam as well. Because right now, there's a lot of things on here that you can get right now, and it's a deep sale. It's deeper than you would get on PlayStation Store or a Nintendo shop. I'm telling you right now, it's a deep sale. So don't miss out. It's worth it. It's worth it for sure. And Steam didn't even tell me that. I just said that because Steam is pretty good. You know, Steam has some mishaps here and there, but it wasn't even an ad read. I just said that because I like Steam. So there you go. I haven't had problems with Steam before, to be honest, and hopefully I don't have it even after. You know? All right. More here, guys. Let's check it out. Here's this. Check this out, guys. This is by Dextrodo. And it says a 92-year-old woman in Japan is going viral for winning a Tekken 8 esports tournament, becoming one of the oldest esports event winners ever. Colado player Hisako Saki won the event set up to help seniors live bright, healthy and active lives. Healthy and active lives. Yo, that's crazy, dude. What?
Holy shit.
That's crazy. Good for her, dude. And people say, oh, I'm too old to learn this. I'm too old to do this. No. It's all about perspective. It's all about learning the craft, understanding the craft. And if you are not interested in the craft, that is why you're not going to be good at what you're doing, because you're not interested in it. So this 92-year-old put all her tear and sweat to win this. And that is very impressive. Tekken 8, like I said, it's like the Dark Souls of fighting games. It really is. And learning all these moves and just trying to understand how it works, for 92, that is pretty crazy. How is your heart not pumping through this esports event? Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's insane. But she did it. She won and beat it. There you go. Senior. There you go. Meanwhile, people half her age say they are too old to learn new things. Absolutely legend. Just speed ran that excuse. Yup. Never too old to pick up something new. There you go. Never too old to learn something new or do something at all. So it's just the mindset. You gotta switch your mindset to think a different way and all that. Like I said, I know a lot of people that, you know, especially older generation, don't play games. And I always tell them, you should probably play games because it actually does help. I'm not saying like intensive games, but at least play some games because it helps your brain. Like, it helps your reflexes, your movement. Just like, it makes you think, and it's actually proven a fact that if you play games, it actually helps your brain, helps your movement, and it helps a lot of your reflexes too. So, and people are like, oh, games are rotting your brain. Games are bad. And, you know, like we have these politicians out here that don't know shit about games. And if they actually understood how it works and how it is actually a thing that's the biggest entertainment media in the world, you would understand why people like it, why people are more sharper than before, you know, kind of deal. It comes to games. But some people are a little bit dumb as well. that's because we have a lot of brain rot and a lot of disinformation out here and stuff like that. And not even including the poisoning of the foods or the water we have. Like, there's a lot of shit. Or even, like, just shit in the air that you take in every day. You know, all the bad chemicals and whatever they put in there. I'm just saying that also can dumb down people as well. So pretty interesting though. Wanted to bring that up about that. 92-year-old making things happen where everyone else is crying that they suck at gaming. There you go. All right. So I saw this post. We're going to check this out real quick, guys. We're going to shout out this indie company. So I just saw this post, and it's by Lord Zero. I think it is. Hideworks. And they posted this. I didn't have 1 million for a Game Award trailer, so I'm posting my survival horror game here instead for free. So they posted this indie horror game, survival horror game here, and they're pretty much giving a little nudge to the Game Awards because, you know, Jeff Keighley, there's some trailers that are given. It's like how much time they want to actually show the trailer at the Game Awards. You know, it could be up to $1 million. So they're like, you know what? We're just going to post this for free. And I saw a lot of like other indie devs doing a trend for this. And I thought it was funny that they're just posting like, here you go. This is the trailer of my new game. Check it out. You know, kind of deal. You know what? We're going to actually check this out. Let's check out what this survival horror game is about. Let's check it out. I like it so far. Holy shit. It looks sick. Yeah, this would never be at the Game Awards. You know, too much money wasted. Top down, Resident Evil, Silent Hill kind of game. Holy shit, that's sick. It's like one of those old school games. There you go, guys. What is it called? Liminal Point? Is that what it's called? Liminal Point. There you go, guys. And then he posted this, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's pretty sick." And then I saw another company do the same thing, and they just reposted after that, and it's fine. This is a gun fu game. So they said, we didn't have a $1 million we didn't have 1 million for a Game Awards trailer. So we're posting our gun fu game here instead for free. And if you guys haven't been keeping up with this game, I'm still excited to check out this game and what it's about. It's a gun fu style, fighting style gun game. It's like if you had the Batman Arkham Asylum kind of combat, but with guns. It's pretty sick. Check this out. And they also posted this. Spine. This is Gung Fu. Spring spine game wishlist now. And they just added that random trailer there. So it's funny that they're doing this right now, that these companies are just like, yeah, fuck the $1 million like, yeah, you got eyes on it, which is probably the best thing, as you know, at the Game Awards. Because Game Awards did do a lot of money. Some would say better than the Super Bowl, but I wouldn't, you know, take that for a fact. But I've seen that gaming is getting bigger and more people are watching the Game Awards now than ever before. And Super Bowl is starting to decrease. So let's just say that it is important. I'm sorry for all the sports people out there, but it's true. Gaming is huge. And that was just funny. I thought that they showed these, and I was like, oh, nudge, nudge, Jeff Keighley's Game Awards. Here we go. We're going to see a lot of that. They had that also last year with Exodus. Exodus was the same thing. I remember Exodus, they literally dropped it right after the Game Awards because they didn't want to pay the money. And now, like, I don't know why. Maybe they had a bigger budget or something happened. They literally showed at the Game Awards, the Exodus game, that Mass Effect style sci-fi game, you know? I thought that was weird. I was like, huh, what's going on here? Did they actually get a bigger budget or what's going on, you know? Kind of deal. Okay. So we got also this, guys. Check this out. Another one for Pirate Nation. The investor who uploaded the I can't speak. 112-page manifesto now owns the second highest stake in Square Enix. Holy shit, guys.
Holy shit.
So, this is the guy that says Square Enix needs to change their priorities, change how they are, you know, kind of deal. He was the second one, the investor, with the manifesto. And that's pretty insane. And here is the investor stock stake in Square Enix now reached to 40%. Only Square founder Yoshihiro Fukushima had now more shares. Here is the great analyst on the company by former Square Enix executives. And there you go. Square Enix is now 7.73% owned by Singapore-based activist investors, 3D investment partnering, making them the studio number 2 shareholders. I put together a video explaining what this means. There you go. So that's what's going on. He really said, let me drop a 112-page PDF and then bought the DLC called Bored and Floose. I don't know. Those who don't ask don't get. Yeah. This is truly impressive how influential the investors who published the 112-page manifesto has become. The second largest stakeholder in C Limited. The manifesto must contain detailed corporate reform prosperity. So this is the one that, you know, we had those firings at, I think, Europe, and it's all Western studios of Square Enix, like all the firings, the let-goes, layoffs, and how, like, they're changing, Square Enix is changing their infrastructure, how they're making games now, and who they're making games for, which is definitely a positive thing, but this was one of those people that posted it. It was one of those shareholders that said, yo, we're fucking up so much at Square Enix. You guys are going to be gone in a few years if we don't change right now. We need to correct course and change this shit because people are not happy with a lot of Square Enix games, even though, you know, a lot of their main IPs like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Kingdom Hearts, you name it. Those games are always going to do numbers. But even those games are not doing the numbers they thought they would, you know, kind of deal. Now they need to course correct. And now instead of going after trends, they're going to actually go back to the basics of what Square Enix or even Squaresoft back in the day did to bring back their company from bankruptcy. They were going to close down. Thanks to, like, they did something that a lot of people resonated with back in the day, which was with Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. So that is where it all started. They would have been nowhere. They would have been gone by then, you know? So they have all this good ideas, but they don't implement it. Instead, they like to go with trends, and try to push more Western ideas into it, which that is what ruined Square Enix, I think. I think when they focus on their Eastern kind of type of games, I think is more better for their own culture as well as people from the West are more interested in those kind of ideas because they're different than most Western games that we have in like America or Europe, kind of deal. So that is what is going on. They're just like, we're getting rid of all the Forspokens and we're trying to do more of, JRPGs or what we're actually good at doing, what we were meant to do, what we were good at doing kind of deals. Is telling epic stories with actually fun gameplay, good characters, stuff like that. That's what they've been doing. And they've been lacking because Expedition 33 said, wake up, Square Enix. We are now taking over what you've done. And now they're like, oh, shit, we got to be careful. We have now competition here. So when there's competition, natural good competition, maybe these companies will realize, oh, shit, maybe we have to up our game. Maybe we need to, what works, what doesn't work no more, and start, changing how we work at these studios. So yeah, take out all the activists, take out all the localizers, I call them vocalizers, out of there, and let's just get back to the basics of what it was, like the JRPGs that we love with Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, even Kingdom Hearts. But Kingdom Hearts has fucked itself so hard, I think, for Kingdom Hearts 3 and onward. It's just weird right now with Kingdom Hearts. But I do like Kingdom Hearts. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just there's some weird things about Kingdom Hearts as well. And take out all this weird ass dumb shit, that we have now. Games that really don't really. Yeah, they might have like a couple of followers for these games, especially these Western kind of games with Square Enix, but really not needed now. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to sell a lot of those IPs to other companies with Square Enix Western division. They're going to sell those IPs to other companies kind of deal. And just stick with the ones they know. They're Japanese-styled games. Because that's what people are more interested in Square Enix. Not really the Western type of games. That's very, very niche. Very niche, but yeah. That is what's going on. But that was interesting. That stockholder put that manifesto out. Okay. What else we got here? I just saw this recently. I literally saw this. And this was pretty based. And I'm not a huge fan of Nicki Minaj, but I thought this was pretty based of her. She just said this. It's like so based that it's just common sense kind of deal, It's not, it's like someone's going to get offended by this, and I don't know why they should be, because this is just truth. So Red Media said, Nicki Minaj using openly transphobic on national TV. If you are born a boy, be a boy. There is nothing wrong with being a boy. How about that? Like, it's so common sense. And now she's probably going to get flagged and I don't know what by the trans community, all sorts of things. It's like, dude, this is just common sense. This is normal behavior. Like, she's not telling anything big out of it, It's so stupid, dude. I don't understand. Like, check out what she just said here. Check it out.
Be boys.
Amen.
Be boys. It's okay. Be boys. It's nothing wrong with being a boy. How about that?
Amen.
How powerful is that? How profound is that?
Amen.
Boys will be boys, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I love that one guy. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking about. again, I'm not a big fan of Nicki Minaj. I think she is not the best, but I'm gonna give her a dub with this one because this one's just so basic. So why? How is this offensive? And of course, they're gonna make it transphobic. How is this transphobic? It's like let boys be boys. Like you had the girls just want to have fun. Dudes just want to have fun too now. Dudes want to be dudes. That's it. What's the problem with that? Why would that be transphobic? If you are born a boy, you are a boy. You can like nail polish, dresses, be softer in animum, but medically you are male and need male treatment. No discussion. Beyond matters at all. If you're going to have blah, 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 yeah, it's true. If you are born a boy, be a boy, blah, blah, blah. Only batshit crazy humans have a problem with this sentence. Yes, it is. This isn't transphobic. That's biological. Plain, obviously testable reality. There you go. Telling people it's okay to be who they are is transphobic, apparently. Low. Laughing my ass off, even. In my own opinion, even. Truth is now transphobic, I guess. Holy shit, that's so true, dude. That's so true. If you tell the truth, it's transphobic now. Like, yup. Exactly. It's so dumb, dude. Wait, where's my... There it is. There's the Tommy Wiseau laugh. Yeah, like, seriously, I saw this and I was like, why? Like, this is just slander by Red Media. Who the heck is Red Media? Red Media, unfiltered opinions and news updates on hip-hop, stan, and pulp culture, fashion, and sometimes politics. Okay. This might be rage bait. It could be rage bait, but just to get clicks. But yeah, it might be that actually. It might be just rage bait, to be honest. I don't know. Like, or this is actually a narrative they're actually putting out when it doesn't make no sense at all. But who knows? Who knows? But yeah, a dub for Nicki Minaj. I would never say that, but that's a dub for her. That's a dub for her for sure. Didn't think that would happen, but it did. So, good for her for that, I guess. Boys will be boys. How simple, right? How simple. It's like girls will be girls, boys will be boys. You're canceled for that. What? What are we doing here? What's even going on? Sorry, guys. I thought I saw something. Okay. Let's go to the next thing. Here, guys. Let me see. Here's a quick one, guys. Sucker Punch Productions co-founder leaves studio after nearly 30 years.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Why? Why is he leaving after 30 years? Well, that's what we're going to find out. This is by Insider Gaming. A huge changing of the guard has occurred. Beyond the scenes, let me zoom in there. Beyond the scenes at Sucker Punch Production, the mega successful developer has announced that co-founder Brian Fleming has left, and two new faces will oversee the company's future moving forward. Since 1998, Brian Fleming has served as co-founder and producer of Sucker Punch. Dude, Sucker Punch fell just recently. I think Sucker Punch fell. It was until like Ghost of Tsushima and then Ghost of Yotai. It was just after that. I don't know what happened. Something happened. Just horrible decisions after horrible decisions there with Ghost of Yotai. Not saying it's a bad game per se. It's just, it's not the game people wanted. And it's just horrible choice of all. Like, we're just trying to do the Assassin's Creed trend kind of deal when people just want to play Jin Sakai and continuous story. So they fucked up, and I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back Jin Sakai and continuous story just to please the fans again. It's not the same. The team has created banger after banger through a myriad of Sly Cooper games. Yeah, Sly Cooper games are great. I love the Sly Cooper. I still go back to them. Infamous titles. Hell yeah, Infamous was awesome too. And the acclaimed Ghost series. Ghost of Tsushima only for me. From the PlayStation 1 all the way to the PlayStation 5. But December 16th is a significant day in the studio's influencer's history. So what happened? Why did he leave? Here's more in-depth statement. Jason and Adrian have been instrumented in sharpening the creative and technical direction of Sucker Punch in recent years. Jason, who served as co-creator, director of the Ghost of franchise, has helped define the studio's visual identity and storytelling style, bringing cinematic depth and emotional resonance to PlayStation players around the world. Adrian, as technical director, has led the studio in engineering and production efforts, driving innovation across development tools and game systems that make Sucker Punch worlds to immerse together. They represent the perfect blend of creative vision and technical excellency. Has always set the studio apart. Nate Fox will continue as creative director to complete the overall creating leadership team. It closes by wishing Fleming the best result. Fans, and Sucker Punch is in a good hands with now new direction. I doubt that, but we will see. We will see with their next game what happens, what's going on, what kind of creative liberties they're gonna do. We'll see. There's also a little eyebrow-raising line at the bottom about crafting new adventures. This is nothing new as the receive. Okay. So why did he leave, though? The article states that the next chapter begins with Jason. Sony Interactive Entertainment announced a big news with blog, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Teaming up in the studio toward the new release of the ideas. The statement rather transparently revealed that Fleming has actually worked closely with PlayStation Studios to ensure that Sucker Punch has in the best hands. So he just left. There's literally no information why he left. Did he retire? Is he done with the studio? I don't know. No one knows. Like, this article doesn't say it. I don't see anything. He just left. Like, bruh, what's up here? What is going on? What the hell is going on? What is going on? But okay. So yeah, that's what happened. Maybe he saw the signs and he's like, I'm jumping boat right now because it's going to get worse here. Don't know. We don't know anything that happened. So whatever. Okay. Okay, whatever. You know what also kind of sucks? I'm on Geeks and Gamers and they have this here and it says WB rejects Paramount takeover offer, but shareholders still hold the cards. So, Warner Brothers, we're talking about Netflix, buying out Warner Brothers, blah, 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 taking all their stock, all their shares, working with their all IPs, blah, blah, blah. And they made a deal, and we're like, wait, Paramount put more on the bid than Netflix did, but Warner Brothers went with Netflix, even though. So, now they say Warner Bros. Rejected Paramount, and the shareholders are saying, they're scratching their heads. What? Paramount put more money on you guys, So we are telling you to go with Paramount kind of deal, you know? So it's very conflicting still that what's going on here. So Warner Bros. Wants to go with Netflix, and their stockholders are telling them, no, you're going to go with Paramount because they are giving you more money. Usually whoever bids the most is the winner. Paramount was the one that bidded the most on it. So to be honest, I don't want it to be Netflix or Paramount. I think Universal Studios or I don't like Comcast, but Universal might be the better one of the group. I was thinking Paramount, but now I was like, Paramount, I don't know. I don't think Paramount would be better either. But it's still a little bit better than Netflix. I would say Netflix is also, I'm not a big fan of Netflix at all. But there are some hidden gems in Netflix, but yeah. So that's what's going on. They're telling them, wait up, hold up. We have to say, not you, about this situation. And it could be because the CEO of Paramount is good with Trump. And that could be also another reason why they want to go with Netflix, because Warner Brothers does not like that. I don't know. I think it's definitely political in some sort of way. It's definitely political. I don't think it's about money per se. And maybe they're like, oh, maybe this Netflix is like the biggest, streaming service. We should go with the biggest streaming service. We could probably make more money that way or something. I don't know. But like, Netflix is not the way to go, because Warner Bros. Has so many good IPs, and they would never bring them to the movie theaters. Well, maybe they would for like 2 weeks and then put them on live service streaming, But yeah, just to update on that Warner Brothers doesn't want to play games, and they just want to go with the team that they think sides with their own, I would think side with their own political beliefs or their messaging, maybe, in some way. But Paramount, yeah, it has its bad things too, but they also have some really good shows and movies out there that Paramount makes. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd go with Paramount still, but it should be Universal Studios, to be honest. But yeah, just wanted to bring that up. All right, what do we have here next here, guys? There's so much here to still talk about. Maybe not much, actually. I think we're done with Fast Topics. Are we done, actually? I think we're done. Yeah, I think I'm done. Yeah, okay. We're done with Fast Topics. Let's get into the main topic now. So we have to talk about AI first. Let's get this big thing out of the way first. Let's get this big thing out of the way real quick. Just a sec, guys. Okay. I was just looking at my DMs real quick, guys, here. All right. Let's get the big AI problems out here. So we have bad AI and we have good AI. Okay, today, guys. So let's start with the bad. Why not? Let's start with this bad. Well, most of it is bad, but this one's definitely bad. So Geeks and Gamers has this article, and it says, Sony patent reveals plans for AI that censor games in real time. What the fuck? Where is my... No, there it is. Ah! Fuck. You know, just from this headline that this is a bad idea. You already know this is a bad idea. Censoring games in real time. The AI will. How is this AI will be programmed? There's so many questions. The AI will be programmed to censor it on the fly. You see a little skin showing. You see a little something showing. Maybe a little cleavage. Maybe a little after shadow effect on the skin. Oh, censor that right now. Put some sort of fabric on it. What are we doing here, dude? What do we censor? Dude, they're going to censor bad words out of the game. What I've heard, even though we're going to read this, what I heard, this will be at least an option to switch on and off. It will be an option, okay? If you're sensitive to anything, you turn this on and you will be censoring your game. If you're sensitive to all this stuff. If you're not censored or you don't care, turn it off. Turn off the AI because it won't be needed. Kind of deal, you know? Sony patented an AI program that can censor games for content in real time. For content. Oh, for streaming. And for content creators. Okay. So if it's music that's playing and it's copyright music, that would actually help if the music is censored. Okay. That could be good. Okay, I didn't read this, but that could be good. That could be good. But there's a limit of how much things I want to be censored. Hopefully there's options of how much stuff you want to get censored. If you want to censor nudity, censor nudity. If you're streaming something, obviously. Censor copyright music. Take that out. Put some other music in there. Kind of thing. Okay. That I'm okay with. For streamers, that's okay. But if I'm just playing by myself, I don't want this option to be there. I want how the creator created the game. That's how I want to experience it too. Kind of deal. Effectively making an adult-oriented game child-friendly, or at least child-friendlier. Okay, that is kind of dumb. I don't want that. The idea behind this AI tech is to allow patents to control what is censored from the game their children are playing. They can choose the settings they wish. Violence, cursing, sexual content, what have you, and the AI will take it from there, changing or blurring out the stuff parents don't want their kids exposed to. By virtue of the program, it can also be tailored to each parent's rules for their kids, turning out violence out nor cruising, for example. Okay, so it's literally just a parent control kind of tick. So you put it on and it just blurs things out or censors things out. Okay. So I thought it's going to be worse, actually, but this is not that bad. Now, what will they be censoring? That is a question. What is it? Something actually pretty, decent, and it's not really that offensive, or not even offensive, but not that big of a deal, but they censor it, then I'll be like, okay, so the AI is fucking up. But in this aspect, this is not that bad. Okay, I thought about it now. I read it. Just a headline. That is what pissed me off. But when I read into it, now it's kind of like, okay, now I'm like, okay, I'm not really for it, but I understand it now. That it's an option you can do. At least it's an option. So that means I'm fine with this if it's an option. If it was mandatory, I would dislike this. I would definitely dislike this, but it is not that bad, actually. So, I've misspoken with this one.
No!
I did. I misspoken with this one, but still, interesting conversation, nevertheless. All right. There's more AI stuff, though. We still got to talk about this AI stuff because there's a lot. Okay. So, AI has been taking over, and AI is being used a lot recently. We've read things about it. We've seen that everything that's happening with AI at the moment, with all the layoffs and all that. with AI, yes, there are layoffs, but there is actually changes in a lot of these companies. AI is a booming industry at the moment. We know this. And if you don't actually compete with AI or actually understand AI, you will be left in the dirt. You're going to be forgotten. You're going to be forgotten. You're going to lose your place. So, it's better right now at the moment to understand AI that it's just a tool. Now, there could be things in the background with AI. This is just a broad understanding that it could be scary. It could go worse. But at the moment, it's just a tool that we use that can actually help and implement to make better things out of it. You know, it's like it's no other than you just go on Google, research about something, and then try to put it into your own whatever. If you're looking at inspiration for art and you're Googling something and you find something from someone and then you draw that or kind of deal. You know, you're inspired by that kind of art style. That's no other. You just literally put a prompt in and AI will bring it up and then you got inspired to do that, whatever that is. Doesn't mean you can, copy it, obviously paste it, because the AI cannot create. It can only take from other sources. So that's what it does. Well, now, apparently AI is bad in the gaming industry, especially with journalists at the moment. So here we go. Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Game of the Year, by the way. Game of the Year with 9 award-winning awards. Stripped of indie game awards over AI use.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Now, the question is, how much AI did they use, right? I don't know if this article will bring it up, but here we go. Clear Obscure Expedition 33 uses generative AI is coming back to haunt it, as it has now been stripped out of the many trophies it took home of the Indie Game Awards. The Indie Game Awards were held last Thursday, December 18th, and Clear Obscure Expedition 33 won 2 awards, but they were biggies. Game of the Year and debut game, but yesterday, 2 days after the awards, the organization behind the Indie Game Awards 6-1 Indie announced that Clear Obscure Expedition 33 would have its awards revoked due to the game developer Sandfall Interactive using generative AI while developing the game. Here we go, guys.
Holy shit.
Who gives a fuck? Dude, AI has been a thing since like 2019, 2020. Games have been using AI. It's no better than using Unreal Engine 5's pre-existing AI programs. This is actual virtual signal messaging. This is virtual signal to the max. They are scared of this game. They want this to be, since it won so many awards at the Jeff Keighley Game Awards, it's winning everything because there's nothing to compete against. It's the best game of the year. Easily. I even say that too. You can think of one game that could win Game of the Year. This is the one that always pops up. This is the one everyone talks about. Okay, there are some people that do not like it, and there are some people that said, I never got into JRPGs or RPGs before. This is the first game, and now I'm a fan of it. There are people that have this. It's mixed for that reason, but it's not controversial at all. That is the problem. It's not controversial. It's just a game. It's just a game. And that's what is the problem here, because their narrative doesn't line up with this game, because this is an indie game. And the indie games see this, and they're scared of this game, because this is a game that pretty much showed up to the cool party, to the cool club, and said, I have this and he's cool and all. And then people are like, no, you're not cool because we don't want you to be here because you're always better than us, right? So we're going to you're not part of the club no more kind of deal, you know? This is what it is. This is like some bullshit high school thing, you know, where you literally have the cheerleaders and the jocks hanging out. They're cool. And you bring this other guy in that is doing better than you in everything. He's taking over all your positions. And you're like, nah, you're going to go. You're too good for us. You got to go. You got to go. It's like that. It's that kind of situation, you know? So, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is now the Stellar Blade, Black Myth Wukong, Baldur's Gate 3, you know, everything that, you know, hit piece after hit piece these journalists are writing about, which we're going to be looking at. AI is now the new scapegoat. It's the new scapegoat. Everyone needs to hate it because the reason why they're saying this now is because, and this is just basic AI. It's just little AI here, and then they took it out of the game. That's all it was. It was just literally a prompt to see it when they were in beta. This is during some sort of interview in 2022. And they had this random just code to put in their AI just to see how it looked in game. And then they took out the code and actually placed it with their own code in there. So the AI was used only for a little bit, and then they took it out. So what's the problem here, you know? It's like, oh, they used it. They literally used it. It's like, yeah, every company uses it, you dumbass. Generative AI is coming back. Okay, we saw that, and there it is. 6-1 Indie issued a statement on the matter, claiming that Sandfly Interactive agreed that no Gen AI was used in the development of Clair Expedition 33, despite being aware of because there wasn't. They took it out after when the game came out. They took it out. Used in the development of Clair Expedition 33, despite being aware of 6-1 Indie's hard stance on the use of Gen AI when nominating games for the Indie Game Awards. The organization says that Sandfall Interactive admitted to using generative AI when developing Clair Expedition 33 on the day of the Indie Game Awards 2025 premiere, which disqualified the game from being nominated for any awards. Yeah, I was in it for a little bit and then taken out when it launched. You idiots. Where confusing is that Sandfall Interactive hasn't made a secret of the use of generative AI in developing Clair Expedition 33. Made it seem like a new revelation, but in the game's producer, then developing used some AI when making the game, but not a lot. Yeah, they used some. That's true. It seems odd that Sandfall Interactive would admit be using AI publicly in June, but then claim they didn't use AI in August. It's because it wasn't in the game. It was ahead of oh my God. They used AI and then they said they didn't because they want to change it because they felt like the AI train right now is not good. So that's why they did that. Because right now everyone stance is like AI is evil. AI is bad. You know, that's the stance right now. Most people would say that. The media says that, but everyday people, they use AI. It's a thing. It's a functional thing. I used AI. I used AI for things that I can do faster now than before, you know? There are things I couldn't do a few years ago. Now I can do way more faster, more efficient with AI. It's just a fact. Like, some things I can do now a bit easier, you know? When it first came out, AI, when you saw freaking Will Smith eating spaghetti, that was really bad. When I tried it, I laughed how bad this is, and people were scared of that. Now AI has become, like, I think it was like 2-3 years ago or something. Now AI has really, really increased, and it's getting better every day. So, yeah, it's pretty fast how it's going. And now with, RAM going up, of course, and the RAM is getting distributed for these AI things, it's a booming business right now. So if you're getting into AI now, probably the best thing to do right now, because that's where the money is at the moment right now, I think. So okay, official statement found under the game eligibility 6-1 indie games, the public for the patience and feedback in the days leading up to the decision. This suggested that the organization got a lot of pushback when it gave Clay Obscure Expedition its 2 awards, which makes sense. A lot of people are hostile towards AI, believing and invalidate this artistic process. When the story about Expedition 30 using AI blew up last week, many derided the Game Awards for recognizing a game that used AI, particularly in naming it the Game of the Year. Yeah, because it is Game of the Year. There's nothing better, guys. This game was a great game. You could even say it's a game of a decade, kind of thing. It's going to be a game people are going to be talking about for years, I have a feeling, because it's just that good in some areas. I know some people say, "Oh, it's not that good. It's nothing." There's JRPGs that do it better than Clay Obscure Expedition 33. Yes, I could believe you for sure. But for some reason, just what it did, the accomplishment that they did with just 30 or 33 people making this game, starting their own thing, trying to find out what works, what doesn't, and how passionate they were, and you can tell how it oozes through the screen. It's just a promise. It's something to talk about, and people say, "Oh, it's rigged. It's rigged. It got all these awards. It better be the best game I ever played." Yes. It's one of those old school games back in the day we played, those RPG, JRPG games. Even now there's RPG games, Persona, Final Fantasy, all those games. Yes. But it's just something just fresh, refreshing, just a freshing experience that you can have, and a little bit different because it's a French studio, and French don't really do RPG or JRPGs as much. So it really was a refreshing experience to go through it. And yes, it's not for everyone because it's an RPG and it's turn-based. And a lot of people, that already turns them off. But it's turn-based. I personally like turn-based games. I don't hate on them. I love them in some areas. I really do. It depends on what turn-based it is. Okay, they changed the formula. There's more parries. There's more buttons that you had to press. Counter. You got to be quick on your feet. Different turn-based strategies. And a lot of new people that came in, now they're big fans of RPG-style games like this, It's weird. I don't think it's controversial, but it is understanding to see how big of an impact this game is. Plus, it's like the first indie game that really made a huge impact that I've never really seen in the gaming industry, where everyone felt like anonymously that this will be the best choice. Like, that's what everyone just felt like at the time. I feel like everyone just anonymously said Expedition 33. Even when it came out, when people played it, it was praised. It was praised. So I know there are people that are going to say, nah, it's not. It was snubbed, whatever. Arc Raiders should have won, which Arc Raiders wasn't even there at the Game Awards, besides multiplayer one. It really did impact. It did an impact, especially in the gaming industry. They hated that this won. This independent game won. They hate it. It's not any AAA big budget game that won. The journals hate this. The media hates this. It's because the gaming industry is changing. It's evolving. I got DM. Sorry, guys. It's evolving. And it needs to evolve, because if it's not evolving and it's still the same thing we've had, and we've seen the layoffs, the problems with a lot of these studios, it really needs to evolve and change. And what worked 5 years ago is not working now. Or 6 years ago is not working now. So now studios are looking at this and they're like, are we going to see more RPGs coming out? Could be. More JRPGs? Could be. More turn-based games? Could be. That all this money that is blown out of proportion now doesn't mean anything. It's the experience and how passionate someone is to bring out this product out that oozes through, and you can tell how good something is by just the people that made it. You could just tell it's made by people that, yeah, it feels artsy, but also feels like it has something to say that is very, what's the word I would say? Very inspiring, but also very real, but in a fantasy setting could be real enough to feel something, because you have feeling in that game. There is feeling, and there is, loss, love, friendship. There's a lot of stuff going on, and that's what it just exceeded itself. It just did things that you would never see. You would tell me a few years ago that a freaking JRPG game won, a turn-based game for Game of the Year, I would have laughed my ass off and said, yeah, right. And then you had Baldur's Gate 3 winning. They hated that too. But it's crazy. And now, because they saw something with AI, and they're like, nope, AI is now the new enemy. The Game of the Year award will now go to Blueprints. I bet you Blueprints used AI too. I think they did say they used AI. I think they used AI. It's nothing worse than you freaking using Unreal Engine 5 and using assets. Assets are also pretty much AI. Let's be honest here, guys. A lot of these things use AI. A lot of things you use today uses AI. So let's get rid of this fake AI bullshit that they're going through, these narratives, because no one gives a shit anymore. And this is why it's a virtual signal, because they don't want this game to win no more awards, because they are appalled by how much this game people are loving. It's not anything, controversial. It's nothing like that. It's just a basic game that has a great story, great characters, and some interesting gameplay elements to it too. Even though it's turn-based, it does. So that's what they're mad at. They're mad at this. And that's why I got snubbed at this indie game show 2025 event, whatever. You know what? Fuck them. I didn't even know about these guys really, but you know what? They're probably their political messaging and bullshit, virtue signaling. They can go fuck themselves. No one gives a shit about you guys. No one does. Maybe a few years ago we did. We want to support the indies. But when they do this shit, I'm out. I'm out. Fuck these guys. But there's more, guys. There's more. There's more here. So, because of all this, everyone's bashing AI in the gaming development cycle now. AI in game development hypercrisis. Journalists criticizing Clair Obscur and Baldur's Gate 3. Now Baldur's Gate 3 is getting blamed for AI slop, are terrible, incorrect, and hypercritical. What are we doing here, dude?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What are we doing here? A recent attack on game developments using artificial intelligence just Trinity-validated hypercritical attempts to take down video games that refuse social political messages consumers clearly don't want. So, they're attacking all these games that were with their narrative, but went against their narrative now. So you see all these media platforms now attacking Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Baldur's Gate 3, Battlefield 6. What else? It goes on and on, you know? All these games that were successful and don't have any really messaging in it. Baldur's Gate 3 could be a woke game, yes, if you want it to be. That's why it has so much decisions, and you can make it whatever you want it to be. That's the best part. Now, the others, they're just purely gameplay and what they are trying to do. They're not pandering. They're not doing any messaging in it. It's just a game. You know, a shooting game, an RPG game with a great story, blah, blah, blah. That's all it is. And then Baldur's Gate. It's just a Dungeons and Dragons game. You make decisions, you do whatever, you roll the dice, boom, boom, boom. There you go. That's all it is. A recent article published by Enemy seems to criticize video game developers associated with Baldur's Gate 3, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, farming the decision to trouble departure from artistic integrity. The piece reflects where AI is increasingly portrayed not as a tool, but as an external threat to human artistry. However, this framing ignores a critical reality. Artificial intelligence is already deeply embedded in modern creativity, technically and industrial life, to the point where avoiding it entirely is no longer realistic. Yeah, because it's in everything, guys. It's literally in everything. Your phone has AI. Your computer has AI. You boot up Microsoft on your computer, has AI. Like, what are we talking about here? You guys are, you know what this is? They're doing this because their time is over. Next year, you're going to see all these journalists, like they did a few years ago at the GDC. They're going to be screaming up in the sky, and they're going to be crying. They're going to be super performative. It's fake performative thing, and they're going to be all laid off. Because guess what? That's what's happening now. Because then you're not going to need these people no more. Because all they're doing, as you can see, they're just putting out dumb shit, the media, that no one agrees about. It's just the dumbest shit. Yeah, there are 1 or 2 or 3 people out there that actually want to tell a great, are doing actual real journalism, but there are just people that are just literally just putting signal messages or virtual signal and their own political beliefs into these things that are not true. None of this is true. No one cares. No one cares. That's why no one cares about IGN reviews. Everyone laughs at it. That's where the IGN 7 out of 10 came from. All of these are at the same time. Interestingly, all these journalists are attacking Expedition 33 at the same time with AI. It feels like it's just a group effort. Everyone's trying to do it. They did this with Stellar Blade. They did this with Black Myth Wukong. They're trying hit pieces after hit pieces to slander it. But guess what? Gamers and people that are reading this, they don't give a shit. If the game's good and you used AI, I don't give a shit. If the game's good, it's good. I don't care. I don't really care, guys. Do people care how their shoes are getting made? Sometimes they ask where. China, maybe they're made in, sweatshops. Who knows? Probably not anymore, but we'll see. Maybe, who knows? But Most people don't care where your shoes are getting made. You just have your shoe and it's there. Whatever you got the shoe from is what you have now. Just people care of the performance of what you got. They don't care how it was made. I kind of care about my food, though. My food, I am very, very specific on what ingredients are in my food. I don't want my food to be freaking anything not nutritious, and it takes all the nutrition out of my food. I'm more observant when it comes to my food. Now, for my products, like the clothes I wear, the shoes I have, I really don't care what it is, to be honest. I really don't. Sometimes I'll see, okay, 100% cotton, this 50% polyester. I don't know, something like that. I look at that. Okay, maybe I'll look at the material. That's it. But do you care how it was made? Because I don't. And I think most people don't either. You know? That's the fortunate truth, though. That's the truth. And yes, programming with AI is definitely generative. You know what? Every sane programmer is coding with AI these days because it can literally quintuple your output. You're heading the way of the luditives if you fail to grab onto the new power tool that gives you that kind of programming superpower. Yeah, so Baldur's Gate, the problem with Baldur's Gate was they used AI to put up so the art team needed inspiration. So they used AI to get inspired by using it to get inspired by things they can draw. And they used that. That's literally all it was. It's not, it's like if you literally went, like you searched some sort of image and you get inspired by the image to do that kind of deal, you know? It's not a copy paste, but you get inspired to see what kind of art style, what kind of style you want to do, and what, you know, type of art form it is. They didn't copy and paste and put it into the game. That's not what they did. And now they're getting slandered for that. Dude, I remember when Baldur's Gate 3 came out, they were talking about, yes, there's going to be different types of endings, tons of endings, and some of them might be even AI generated, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think that was, no one really cared back then. They're like, oh, AI generated? Oh, okay, whatever, you know, kind of deal. And people still don't care now. If the game's good, it's good, you know? No one cares. No one cares. There's more, though, guys. We gotta see these hit pieces. There's so many, guys. There's so much of these. One after another. Look at this. Look at all this slander. Look at all these shill-ass virtual signal media gaming platforms. This is why no one trusts them. It feels like the media is always against the gamers. Every time. And the gamers are like, what is going on? Why aren't you on our side? This is how, like, Gamergate 1 and 2 kind of started, to be honest. Is because the media went against the gamers. The gamers spoke up that why are you doing this? And they spoke with the industry. When in real life, the media should have been on our side with this. But apparently not. So now Clair Obscur, this is by Game Radar, keep it in mind. Clair Obscur Expedition 33's controversial Game of the Year wins at the Indie Game Awards retracted after the RPG's use of generated AI. When it was submitted by consideration, a representative of Samful Interactive agreed that no Gen AI was used. See, like they have to hit the nail with the head constantly with these. Performance Reddit award. Yep. Look at the comments here. Blueprints. That's an underwhelming. I mean, they gave the game away for free this year. And I haven't even heard of that other one. There you go. So they don't like that. There's more, though. Here's PC Gamer. All these shill-ass articles. Here we go. Look, they're calling in arms now. Check this out. It's more important than ever to call out developers for egregious AI usage next year if we want video games to remain interesting. Dude, why are you saying that? You're literally saying that Expedition 33 is not interesting. We're being limit tested, and I fear we're too okay with it all right now. Oh my gosh, dude. This is cope. This is straight up cope. God, I am growing so weary of AI. Giants glints of human creation chipped away as with just a loading screen here, or just a couple of voice lines, their flaws and auditories that aren't the result of a person's error, but a computer that doesn't understand what or why it's wrong in the first place. Oh my gosh, dude. This year, it feels like studios have been limit testing exactly what they can't get away with, whether they can't save a few pennies by getting a computer to wipe up a chat character's portrait, or a quick musical sting without us lot at home kicking up too much of the fuss. The worst part, I fear it's working, and it's only going to get more egregious if we continue to wave out the current limited use. Oh my god, dude. Dude, this is a Reddit user right here. It's not up to us. It's up to the kids who don't know any better, the kids who will accept whatever they are given. That's how the force a change. They are the future, after all. As long as the voice actor are getting paid whenever AI is used to create new voice lines for stuff, I really don't care. Exactly. When these people, voice actors, go in and they sign the dotted line that we can use your voice in AI, and you will be paid exponentially. You will be paid constantly with your voice because we used it as an AI program. You will be paid for that. So we do it quickly, kind of deal. If there's like lines we need to put in and you're not available, we could do it quickly with AI with your voice, kind of stuff like that. But he's still going to get paid. So this is, like the article is trying to say they won't be paid, kind of deal. If it's shown to result in layoffs and people not getting paid, of course, it's a problem. But if any art team decides they want to use Gen AI to portray a prototype faster, that's up to them. Exactly. If they want to use it for that, that's fine. Exactly. If the company states they used AI and cuts the price of games or distributes them for free, I'm okay with that. Most people prefer generic, simple, respective games, just like movies, music, or anything else. So it will work. Real games will stay more on the niche side, which isn't bad. I don't think it would be niche. I think games will be just games. Well, they might get stamped with the AI if the AI, like, that was a few streams ago I talked about it, where they were saying, like, I think it was the Epic CEO said, like, oh, why do we put a thing that's made with AI when all these games are going to be made with AI in the future anyways? It's because we want to know how much AI was used and what AI was used for it, obviously. But I think it's okay to see, because there are games where it's 100% AI, which kind of stinks, to be honest. I already looked at games that are 100% AI. They're not that good yet. They're not there yet. So you still need a human input or a human code. Coding can help it for sure, but you still need a human to operate it, kind of deal. But yeah, AI use is totally fine, but a human is still required to verify what it spits out, and humans can still make mistakes while performing those checks. Exactly. I just said that. Exactly. And these people are scared because, they're going to lose their jobs. That's what they're scared of. They're scared. They're like literally Skynet. Skynet is coming, and we got to prepare, guys. It's going to be the end of the world. Like, yo. I care when games aren't interesting. I care when games aren't interesting. For more importantly, aren't fun. But I generally do not need to know what tools the developer did or didn't use when creating them. The tools are neither an excuse nor a bonus. I'm a little worried I'd see games reviewed focused on them. But while we're on the topic, my feeling of AI gets good enough so that more indie developers can make games they can want to play versus the others infested with business models. Corporations demand games. Might get fun again. Yes, it might get fun again. Who knows? Might get fun. Now, I don't want AI slop, obviously, where the games are just, there's no quality to them. It's just quantity of games coming out faster and faster. I don't want that either. I would like quality games at least, please. But yeah, if it makes the job better and it's more efficient, then why not use it, Welcome to the future. The only valid point in this article is that it acknowledges the job challenges within the gaming industry. In general, the rest is nonsense. AI is important and unstoppable. The fear of losing your job is understandable, but gaming journalists has turned into a witch hunt over the past years. How did you feel when you let ChatGPT review your article to give it the final polish? Exactly. Most of these journals, I wouldn't be surprised, are using ChatGPT. They're using to finalize their articles, checking out if it's good or not, or making them write the article for themselves. You could see that. A quick one right there. You never know. Whatever sales puppet. Yo, even PC gamers getting wrecked, dude. People are getting wrecked by this. It's so funny. It's so funny, and they're scared of this change. This is the new boogeyman, guys. This is the new thing we have to fight against kind of deal, This is what it is. I said, I'm not like a huge fan of AI, but, AI is still needed. It's a great tool if needed, used. But I understand, there are people that are very creative and they have good, inspiring ideas and try and do this. But sometimes you could use AI to help you in some situation. I've had that before, and I'm bummed. I'm like, I don't know what I need to use for this thumbnail. What do I have to do? I'm looking through everything. Can't find anything. I just put it in quickly, and then I use it for an image, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I love that. Done. Kind of deal. But it's not like I always use that. Most of the time I don't, but sometimes there's times where I'm just I don't know what to use kind of deal. And then I, write something and I don't know what it is, and I use AI to help me. Sometimes it's a pro. It's less of a con, I think, and more of a pro. But if you give it self-thought in some way, that's when it's going to be bad. Right now, it's just a tool. It doesn't know that much. It doesn't know anything. All it is just taking things, just adding things in. That's all it's doing, Sometimes it looks awesome. Sometimes it looks pretty bad. Actually, most of the time, it looks pretty good. But sometimes it's pretty bad, too. So it depends on the prompts you put in and stuff. But these people don't know. They just literally think that it's just all bad when they use it themselves. Think about that. Think about that, you know? So dumb, guys. I'm so done with this fakery. This fakery, fake media outrage, performative outrage. It's so fake. Everything's fake about these guys. Everything. Absolutely nothing to take out of. It's just one after another. Here's another one. I just remembered. Battlefield 6 under fire for suspected AI art in new bundle. And you're asking yourself, what is the AI art? What is it? It's this. It's a spray. It definitely looks AI generated, right? And it's not official that it's AI. Because I think something with the barrel, they said it looks something like different than the gun. It's in a snowflake. It's a spray in Battlefield 6. Like, I think it looks cool. I think it looks cool. And they say, I think. They always say, I think, you know, in this. They don't know. They just think it's AI. Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird? Even Insider Gaming is doing this. Even them. All these companies, all these media platforms are doing this. They're trying to slander. It's always with the really popular games. Interesting, right? It's not like any smaller games, any indie games that use AI. Oh, that's fine. It's all the big ones that actually did good. You know, the popular ones right now. Expedition 33, Baldur's Gate 3. Well, that came out a couple of years ago. Battlefield 6. It goes on and on. All the ones that do not follow the message, do not do that. If Ghost of Yotai had AI, you would not hear anything about that at all. At all. Because that's okay. That's a good narrative. That's good. You know? I bet you that would happen. None of these articles would be talking about it. Someone would be talking about it if they found out. But do people care? No. I wouldn't have cared if Ghost of Yotai had it. I don't care. Whatever, you know? Again, whatever. Whatever with that. Like, this is the new boogeyman, guys. The AI is the new boogeyman. The tool is a boogeyman for them. It's so funny. So absurd. So stupid. Absolutely a joke. A joke. Absolute joke. All right. Let's get to the next subject here, guys. So, let's talk about Leon for Resident Evil. Because I might talk about Tomb Raider as well because there's a lot here. But this is going to be a quick one with Leon. But I thought this was interesting as well. Here we go. So, this is by Kerbrutus, and he posted this, and I noticed this. Other people have been posting it too, but I saw his first. And it says, it's only bad when straight men like it. What is it, though? So, let's read into it. So, this is Resident Evil Arc. He posted these two articles side by side. What's going on here? So, it said, Resident Evil Requiem producer Kamazara regarding Leon's design. We have many women on staff who are Leon fans. So we got a lot of, feedback. Probably wink, wink. Yes, Leon looks like a badass. He gives that rugged character look. You know, he's older now. It looks like he didn't really age too much, but women are in love with Leon's new design. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Leon looks awesome. He looks badass. He's super manly looking, and he looks good too while doing it, obviously. I'm not gay or anything, but you know.
Huh? No!
I'm not gay or anything, but you know, it's just that's how I see it. He's a good dude. He looks badass. Gives me John Wick vibes. they're going with the Keanu Reeves, I guess, with that. Who knows? Rugged old man. He's not really that old, but he's older. Masculine, all that. But also looks good. So, I'm not surprised that women got input with Leon. I'm not surprised at all. Good for them. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that that's happening because it is good because he looks good. He looks good. Now, my problem is this. The next article here about it, which this was during Resident Evil 3 remake came out with Jill Valentine. Check this out. What do you see a difference in this? Jill Valentine's new RE3 remake design, less sex appeal, more practicality. Okay. Let's see what it says. I wish I could zoom in more, but I can't. The latest issue of Game Informer is out, and the cover story is rather unsuspiciously all about the Resident Evil 3 remake. One of the topics addressed by the development is Jill Valentine's new RE3 remake design, and the game's art director explains why they're made a shift in style. There were a lot of decisions internally about that direction. RE3 Remake's art director Young-Hui Chao told Game Informer the original design of Jill Valentine was clearly going for sex appeal, but that was not the right direction. This is a very strong character, and it is a character that's going through a lot of adversity. So we wanted to home in on that and make sure that there is a certain level of believability in what she's wearing, a certain level of practicality. Okay, I don't have a problem with that, what she said. I don't have a problem with that because, yes, in the original Resident Evil 3, Jill was pretty sexy looking. I'm not going to say she wasn't. She was good looking. And in this one, they kind of toned her down, though she still looks good. Not going to lie. I like the model they used for Jill. Now, how she acts, that's an understatement. I prefer the original, how she acted more. And, Jill in the originals and all that. Jill felt a little rough in the edges, I think, with 3 Remake. I really liked her design, though. Like, I liked her face model. She looked good. She got me that old school Sarah Connor vibes almost from Terminator. Now, you can unlock her OG design with, the skirt and the tube top as unlockable. Obviously, you can play that. I think it might have been actually a DLC. It might be a DLC, actually, maybe not unlockable. And then you can also unlock the STARS uniform, too. Now, you see the difference here, though? It's okay when girls make characters and they're like, oh, for girls made characters for girls make male characters is okay, but when males, make female characters, it's not okay. When males do that. So pretty much, women are gooning to Leon, but men can't goon to Jill. Kind of deal here. So that's why they were like, oh, we're trying to make her realistic. Well, Leon could be realistic too then, right? Stuff like that. Now, it could be, at least they had the costume. I give him that, the costume. But this is what I'm talking about with the double standards here, in this aspect. It's not that severe, but it is weird that this has happened because when we get into Tomb Raider, this will be the same situation where these are just characters. And characters that are good looking and are cool sell the game. Now, a lot of people saw Grace Ashcroft and thought, oh, a new character. Like, a lot of people weren't really on board with Grace, pretty much, as the new character in Resident Evil 9 Requiem. It was just, she looks fine. If you see some of the things about her, she looks fine. Okay, but she is very toned down from what we've seen from other Resident Evil characters. Like, you know, they just looked more, you know, they still were grounded enough, but they still had some sex appeal to them where they still felt strong, you know, cool looking, but also had some, you know, had some curves to them, especially with the girls. Grace doesn't have too many curves, really, but she's fine. I would, you know, I would like her to be a little bit more, you know, have a little bit more curves or something to her. But you know what? I'm fine. The face is fine. She's pretty enough. Let's just say that, you know, because I don't want her to be too crazy looking either, obviously. But I think she's fine. It's just maybe they could have gave her just a little bit bigger of a chest or whatever. Something like that. It's just, she's toned down a bit. Now for Leon, they made him really cool looking. They made him really cool looking. And that's a female input right there, obviously, for sure. But the dudes also are like, wow, I'm going to be inspired by that dude. Now you see Jill's new style, Resident Evil 3, it's like, yeah, she looks fine. You know, she's okay. But like, could we just had the OG style on her, the dress and all that? I know it's not realistic, but I don't want my games to be realistic in the first place, usually. It's a game, obviously. It's fine. It's Resident Evil. There's zombies, whatever, you know? But that's like, there's two different things going on here. Like, you can't do this, you can't do that, you know? Men can't like women characters, but women can like men characters, you know, kind of deal. It's like, no, that's not how it goes. There are the same women who read the most desperate smut every single day, but get enraged if you ask them to create a good-looking female in a game. Yup. Game is about to survival, killing zombies. This is men's game. Capcom should never listen to women when 95% of their audience are men. True. Most of the women that like Resident Evil started from the OGs. Okay, maybe some started now during the remakes, but most of those women that stuck around and still like Resident Evil, they stuck around just when they played back in the day those Resident Evil games. So those women actually like Resident Evil as it is. Didn't have to be changed. Didn't have to be changed, you know? The feminists in charge are supremacists who see men as internal enemy. For a dream. Yes, I am a straight man. I hate when they did to Jill in RE3. But to be honest, you can switch RE3 and you could also mod it. I don't hate the design. I don't want to say it like, oh, I hate how Jill looks in RE3 remake. I don't. I think she looks fine, but it could be improved upon. That's all I say. It could be improved upon on it. Same with Claire. Claire also got toned down. It's the same thing. She had the biker jacket, the red jacket, and then she had the top, and then they gave her just jeans. That was it. If you look back at the original, she had like a biker, like short shorts, and she had the shorts, and she had like the vest, and it had like the symbol on the back and everything. Like, if you look back at the OG, that's what she was wearing. You know, it's like a summer or fall, a nice fall season. She was wearing that with the boots. In this one, they just literally gave her jeans, and that was it. Same with Jill. It's just jeans kind of deal, you know? It's like, yeah, you could have done that, or you could have just done the original, to be honest. Why did you change the style? I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking too much about that, but it is kind of stupid why this works and why the other thing doesn't work, you know, with that. Here's another one, though. I saw this. Where is it? Here it is. There it is. I don't want to hear anyone complain about men wanting attractive females in gaming ever again. Exactly. I don't either. Requiem producer, Leon fans. So we got a lot of feedback. Well, feedback from the females or from the women. I don't have a problem, again. I don't have a problem women creating male characters. I don't. If, because sometimes they do good stuff and the males like it too. Now, if males create female characters like Lara Croft, like we're going to talk about Tomb Raider, you shouldn't be bitching about that why women like Lara Croft. Or why men like Lara Croft. And women too. Women like the OG Lara Croft too. So stop bitching about these things and actually respect it and like it. Because these characters look cool. Let people goon if they want to goon. Who cares? Let them do that. I don't care. Basically this. Notice the difference in reactions between Leon and Lara Croft? Quite interesting, lol. That's so true. Talk about Leon's looks. Them. Oh, yawn. Talk about looks of any female character. Them. Rage. Fair point, though. Male gamers don't only want attractive females in games, but half naked, if not entirely, because majority are virgins and weirdos. They also think makeup, attractiveness, when in reality it's the complete opposite, but they wouldn't know this. They haven't touched females. Yo, this guy is absolutely delusional. This guy's delusional. And then, I'm a simple guy. Just don't make them extremely fucking ugly. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Men want hot and sexy girls. Women want hot and sexy boys. Weirdos want weirdos. Simple as that. It's like boys will be boys with Nicki Minaj. Same again. It's so true, dude. This is a Japanese company. They're not the leftist freaks complaining about attractive females. That they usually have good female designs too. They gave us Demonstrescu, Claire, Ada, and etc. etc. Yes, I didn't say that. I said they toned them down. That's all I said. Ada looks good. Claire could be improved, but she's still fine. Jill looks good. Like, Ashley looks good. All of the characters in the remakes and even onward look good. They're fine. I just said they could be improved. They were toned down. That's all I said. You don't need to give them big chests or anything. Just from what the original was, where Ada was wearing a dress, which would be stupid in real life. But this is not real life. It's a game. She was wearing that cardigan or that sweater with the big boots. Still looks sexy. Still look good. Ada still look good. But that's what I'm saying. They toned it down. Originally, I think it had a cut. So the sweater had a cut, which, again, it's for, you know what, to look good. It's a design choice. Breaking news, hot characters sell. You love to see it. Exactly. We talked about with the Kingdom Hearts director, the Final Fantasy director. He said that too. Games sell because I got good-looking characters. That's why my game is selling. Boom. That's all he said. He's good characters, good-looking characters, good design. Boom. There's a sell for you. Easy as that. Hell yeah. And where are Jill and fantastic fan worker? And where are Jill's fanatic fan workers who want to see her again as an attractive woman and not an androgynous charisma-less figure like her version in the RE3 remake? I don't agree about that. She didn't look that ugly or any bad. She has a tone, but I think her tone was fine. I think that's what I said. She was a little nerfed. I think she needed a little more to her, more feminine features, I would say. But I really liked how she looked, though. I didn't think it was that bad. It could have been improved a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Nothing's wrong with attractive female characters. That was never the point. The problem is that people keep taking these perfectly female characters and pour the smooth white skin, big tit filter over them. Attractive female characters exist was never the issue. I'm confused about that comment, but okay. Yeah, but you get the point. So, what's that saying? Good for thee, but not for me kind of thing. It's okay for them, but not for me kind of deal. That's what's going on here. Good for that, thee, but not for me kind of deal. Something like that. That's how the line goes. But that's what I want to point out, because the hypocrisy of what is allowed and what is not, what can you like and not like kind of deal. It's like, bro, if you like Concord, go for it. But most people probably won't like it. And you're going to be the only one. It's fine. Not everyone has to be the same. Not everyone has to be the same. If people want Jill, give them Jill. Give them a little bit more version of Jill that we want. If you want Leon, fine. Give Leon how people want, you know. But don't tone him down just because, oh, it's more realistic. It's like, bitch, I don't even care. Dude, Nathan Drake, remember how many girls were gooning for Nathan Drake? Dude. They were always gooning for Nathan Drake, and they made him over time more and more attractive. Like, they made him more rugged and attractive looking now, and all the females were going crazy for Nathan Drake. It's like with Lara Croft. All the dudes she was the character that no one could have, but she was always hot. And that's why Lara Croft was awesome. But then again, these are just digital characters again, but I would like to see good-looking characters, like that person said. I don't want to see ugly characters. That's my point. Yeah, so it is what it is with that, but that's what I want to bring up. But we have some Tomb Raider stuff, guys, because Tomb Raider is back. Sort of. So I'm going to bring this up real quick here. So I was going to make a video about this with Tomb Raider, with the new Tomb Raider games that were announced at the Game Awards. And there's a lot of conversation had here with Tomb Raider. A lot of people are saying it looks bad. A lot of other people are saying it looks really good. I think more people are saying it looks good, but I think it looks good. Especially this one, the one with the Atlantis. The Catalyst, I'm a little iffy about that one. But it's not too bad, but this is where Crystal Dynamics and Amazon Studios is bringing this Tomb Raider together. Now, people are asking, we're back, Lara looks good, and she's doing the things that Lara does. The gymnastics things, the traps, the puzzle solving, the shooting with the dual pistols, acrobatics, all that is back in Tomb Raider. And from first glance, it looked good. Not gonna lie, it looked good. I definitely like what I saw. Now, there's a couple of videos I want to watch here about it. Because overall, where is Tomb Raider leading to? Because, you know, the Tomb Raider remasters did really well. They're just remastered to look better, the PS1 games, and they did really well. Now, we had the Survivor trilogy that came out, and then the Netflix one, which I guess is canon, but I don't canonize that because it looks like trash, and there's a lot to show about that, why it's trash. But how is this going to be evolved? I think what this is, since the Atlantis one, what is it called? Where is it? Legacy of Atlantis. So it's a reimagining or / a remake, which I think it's going to be a reimagining, of Lara Croft's first game in 1996. Her first game. It's 1-to-1 pretty much with better graphics into Unreal Engine 5, which is already a red flag, but nevertheless. And This, I feel like, will combine the survival story into it. So it's going to be intertwined somehow. That survival story, which I don't know how that makes sense, because if you watch the Netflix show, she kind of looks like a dude. She's all buff and ripped. And then she loses that buff and rippedness and she becomes actually a woman. She becomes a normal woman. Like in this, which I think her design is fine. It's fine. It's the best we had Lara in a long time. Let's just say that. She looks like a woman, and I like the voice actor. I like the movement. I like everything she's doing. It's awesome. Lara is back in that way. Some people argue she needs bigger tits, bigger chest. Maybe a tiny bit they could elevate it, just a tiny bit, not too much. But they're trying to go with, she probably has a sports bra on or something, and it's probably, that's why it could elevate a bit. But for that reason, they went with this. And it could have been worse, as we always thought. Crystal Dynamics has the weirdest ideas. They had that disclaimer at the remasters that, oh, we do not condone of anything that's done in this game, blah, 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 blah. Lara Croft is a truth seeker. She's giving it back to the indigenous people, the artifacts, blah, blah, blah. She's a hero now. Fuck that shit. She's not a hero. She's almost like an anti-hero. Let's be honest. She is pretty much a bitch. She does everything for herself. She does everything for sport. And she takes. That's her thing. That's what she does. And then she solves these mysteries, these cities, these artifacts. That's what she does. And then there's other people also chasing for the same thing. And she beats them to it, kind of deal. That's her whole story arc. She's not a hero. Stop making her a hero. She's not a hero. She does everything for herself. She's the thrill, the sport. She does this. That's her thing. They try to do that with the Survivor, that she's a hero, all that. She's not. She's not. I hope they do that. I hope they say, okay, everything in Survival is out the window. All that story thing you remember. Because originally it was supposed to be, which I don't know if it still is, it's the origin stories of how she becomes the Tomb Raider we know from the old games. That's what it was. But then it just dragged too long, and she never became the Tomb Raider that we wanted. So it just dragged and dragged for 3 games, and then 2 more Netflix seasons. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like, what is going on? But yeah, it's all fucked. The canon is fucked. Everything about it is like that. I don't know what they're going to do. This is why Crystal Dynamics, I feel like Tomb Raider needs to go to someone else instead of Crystal Dynamics. Crystal Dynamics is just fucking up Tomb Raider constantly, just messing up constantly. And I think someone else should take the reign. And if it was someone else, I would give it to those remaster people. I think those are true fans and they understand Tomb Raider. Saber Interactive did that, and who's the other one? Can't think of their name. There's another one, but I forgot their name. But there's another one of them. I think they can do a better Tomb Raider game, a new one, but we still got Crystal Dynamics. This is the last time for Crystal Dynamics. This is the last time. I don't know about Catalyst. Catalyst looks really weird, and we had leaks about Catalyst in back then too. With this, but yeah, with Catalyst, and like she looks older, she looks more advanced, she has more tech on her. I think she's okay, but something about maybe that gameplay, or not the gameplay, the cutscene looked kind of weird. Maybe it was rushed to be made or something. Something was off about Lara in that one, but she looks older, which is fine because this is continuing Underworld. If you played Tomb Raider Underworld, this is continuing that story way into the future. But there were leaks a few years ago. I don't know if I have it here. Let me see. Let me try to find it first. Here it is. This was in 2022, guys. So this was a couple of years ago. but maybe they have changed. We don't know. But this was pretty much the concept of what Catalyst was. So Lara Croft makes her grand return at the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley. Oh, wait, this is not it. What the? This is not it. Is it? Wait. This is not it. Wait. I had the article here. I lost it. Fuck this shit, man. Where did Tomb Raider go? I had the article here. Oh, here it is. Found it, guys. Same site though. Gamer Reactor. There we go. This was in 2022. Where's the article? 2022. So this was a little bit ago. Now, this could take this with a grain of salt. This could have changed by now because, the culture and a lot of things are shifting around. And this is why Tomb Raider is going to evolve and change with the environment that we're in and how gaming is changing too. And this is why it could be shifting in the right direction or the wrong direction with Tomb Raider. So this is why Tomb Raider is very important, because if Tomb Raider shifts to a direction that goes back to the basics of we remember from the beginning, then we're going into a great new direction of Lara Croft. But you can tell stories even better and have, don't make it Uncharted, make it Tomb Raider. That's what it is. It has to make a difference. It has to have two differences. But here, Lara Croft is seemingly queer and older in a new Tomb Raider. Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix all but confirmed the reports after a DMCA. There you go. So this was a while ago. Let's read a little bit into it. Back in April, Crystal Dynamics announced making a new Tomb Raider, but we didn't see significantly more details other than the game is using Unreal Engine 5, which it is, we found out. Not that we had to wait too long or for more, as Last Stand Media, founded by the former IGN journalist Colin Moriarty. Oh, Colin was here? Okay, he did this, Colin. Okay. Shared what he claimed was leaked documents from the game in last week's Sacred Symbol episode. These claims are been all but confirmed. So this could be true, guys. This could be true, but so much time has passed that this could be not the information we get no more in the game. This could be, they could have changed the script. They could have changed things out. Okay. Because Moriarty and crew have published a new video where blah, blah, blah. Okay, Digital Copyright Act requested Patreon asking the company to remove the Tomb Raider part of last week's Sacred Symbols. So they got removed with the DMCA. So usually when they remove things, it's true. Usually. This is very simple to explain. Something this company does when it's off the option that someone has revealed confidential documents or don't use a product in a fair way. So the two have basically confirmed that the leaks are real. So this is real. This was real when it was being pre-made. That implies that upcoming Tomb Raider game is planned to include a well-known Lara Croft at the top of her game in her mid-30s, trying to save the world from a mysterious cataclysm. Together with a group of young adventurers. The documents also said that the woman playing Miss Croft has to be prepared for romantic sequences with another female. So I expect to see a ton of heated messages from the same corners of the internet that went crazy when Bloomberg's Jason Schreier claimed GTA 6 will have a female protagonist last week. So that's pretty much it. So she's going to be a lesbian or bisexual. Maybe she's been with dudes, so she's going to be bi. She's going to have a band of adventurer friends, which, okay. It's okay in the background if you have a couple of characters, but don't make them the center point. Please don't make them a center point. Don't make them annoying. Don't have this stupid Marvel humor bullshit. Please just make it Tomb Raider as you remembered. Please just do that. Just make it how it used to be. Please. Just do it like that. Please. You don't have to go extreme with this, you know. You can have some characters here and there, but mostly focus on Lara Croft Tomb Raider. And that it's in her mid-30s, which we saw in the trailer. She looked a little bit older. And that it's a cataclysm event, mysterious cataclysm. That's what it's called, the game. So this is the 2027 game, pretty much. Now, take this with a grain of salt. This could be fact. This could be not fact. But from what we saw from this seems to be it. And that's why I said in my title, Tomb Raider is back, or is it? Now, the Tomb Raider that we're getting with Atlantis could be the better version, and this could be the shit version where we're going to get. Because Crystal Dynamics, I feel like, is on a precipice of not being a company no more. Because after layoff, they've been laid off so many times, guys. It's crazy. With the loss of Perfect Dark, which we found out was a fake trailer. It was a fake trailer of Perfect Dark. It was generated to be like that. It wasn't a real gameplay. It wasn't real or anything. I can't believe a lot of things that Crystal Dynamics is doing now. And from what they've been doing, how much they want to censor things, how much they want to change things, they're absolutely virtue signaling, messaging everywhere. That just pissing people off. It's just, give us Lara Croft. Give her actually raiding tombs. She's not a truth seeker. She's not that. She's a Tomb Raider. You're just using the name and not giving us Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider. Give us Lara Croft, please. You know, I said the survival games are fun, but they're not Tomb Raider games. I've said that before. It has different elements of different games, and they try to be Uncharted, try to be Resident Evil, try to be Metroidvania styles. It's like, what are you trying to be? Where is the Tomb Raider? Why is she not doing all the things I remember? Like, no, because she becomes the Tomb Raider. I understand, but we need to make her become the Tomb Raider for like 3 games straight, and she doesn't feel like she's becoming that character at all. It's actually like reversal. She's changing and doing different things. I'm like, how has this character become this? I said the first game was actually pretty decent. I thought it was good, and a lot of people thought that would be an okay game for like a story. But then after a while, we found out more and more, and then the game started going. It's like, what are we doing here, guys? What is going on here? So that was one of the things I saw about it, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know about this one, guys. I don't know about this. I'm kind of questioning what's going on here with Tomb Raider. And then Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, as promised, game will be easier than PS1 version. So again, they're doing it for the modern audience. It's going to be an easier version for people. Now, how easier is it going to be? That is the question. Is it going to have better save states so it's not too hard in that situation? Or is it still going to be hard as you remember the first game to be? It's just, it's a little bit better in the aspect. It's not like going to be severely harder in save points and areas that you couldn't go into. You clip through, glitch through, you know, like the old games. At least one of the new Tomb Raider games will not be much of a challenge for old school games, as Crystal Dynamics developers had suggested that Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis will be easier than the original game, which could be good or could be bad. I think it's bad. I wish it would still be hard, but they want to get the new audience, guys. Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, which is made for the first PlayStation console in 1996, and features Lara Croft searching for something called the Scion of Atlantis, a Scion, described as a reimagining Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. Reimagining, so they're intertwining the survival games into this. That's why Lara looks like that she has like an in-between version of Survivor, the young Lara to that. It kind of makes sense. Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis will update the game that was just called Tomb Raider for the modern era with improved graphics by means of the Unreal Engine 5 and the new surprises that honor the spirit of the atmosphere of the original game. Everything I saw looked good. It would be promising to see. It would be interesting to see how it is depicted when we get the game itself, when it comes out. By the way, if you guys want to get all the Tomb Raiders, it's on sale on Steam right now for very cheap. So I would get it there, or GOG if you want, because I just got all the Tomb Raider games on there. So I will be playing those Tomb Raider games eventually for the anniversary for Tomb Raider. So yeah, cool. One way the original Tomb Raider won't be honored is in the new game's difficulty level. At a press conference about the new game, Crystal Dynamics developed Will Kensklake was was asked if Legacy of the Atlantis would retain the hard difficulty of Tomb Raider with examples like instant death traps, accountable to game radar. In answer, Kristen said one of the things they concerned was reimagining a game is adjusting the game's involving for modern players' tastes. Oh, the modern. Okay. Can we just say modern, instead of modern tastes, can we just say it's implemented for a better UI system for modern takes where it's more simple in the way, not how easy it is. It's just better in ways where, what's the word I would say? Because this could be two ways, what he's saying here. The word I would use maybe is adjusted to be better in today's time, where it's going to be still what you remember, the toughness of it, but adjusted to make it a bit better for newcomers. Kind of like what Metal Gear Snake Eater Delta did in that aspect. Kind of like that, what they say. But it's not reimagining. So just adjusted for modern sensibilities. That's something like that. While he didn't specify, say Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis would be made easier in contrast to Tomb Raider, most are assuming this was what he meant in imply. Most games made today are not as difficult as those from older generations, with the exceptions typically being noteworthy enough to be singled out for their difficulty. And that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah. So this could be good or this could be bad. It depends on what we see and what happens. Hopefully it's still tough, but hopefully it's not too easy. It's like right in the middle. And what they're doing is actually, more save points, more areas that you can do things to make it a better experience. Updo the UI, give a lot of movement to it and stuff like that. Maybe that's what they're doing. There's so much, gymnastics that she has to go through and movement that it makes it a better experience where it's easier. When in the old game, he had the tank controls. It was harder. Maybe that's what he means by that. I don't know. But it could be it's like more forgiving. That's what they're going to do. More forgiving style. Okay. And, okay. So we're done with that. And there's more here with Tomb Raider. Keep on going. Keep on going. You know what?
What?
Let's watch this video. I saw this video a little bit, but I haven't watched the whole thing. And I thought this video would be interesting to see. This is a video. It's titled "The New Lara Croft is a Cultural Reset." So this is by Angelic. What is this? Angelic Croft. I can't see her name. I gotta zoom in or something. Damn. There we go. Angelica Tosh. Angelica Tosh. Angelica Tosh. Angelica Tosh. Something like that. So this is her video. We're going to watch this video, guys. It's around 8:50. So 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes long. We're going to watch this. And I think she makes some good points in this video. Not going to lie. She's saying some good things here. About it. So let's check out. Let me zoom out real quick. And let me zoom out. Zoom out. Oh my God. I zoomed in. Zoom out. Thank you. Thank you. Can we zoom out, please? Oh my, I'm zooming in now. Fuck. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's good. All right. So let's check this out, guys. Let's see if she has some good points here.
During the Game Awards, trailers for 2 new Tomb Raider games were revealed. One is a remake called Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, and this is actually the second time that this game is getting reimagined, and the other is called Catalyst, which is a continuation of her story.
She's right. That game, the first game, has been remade. It's going to remade twice now. The Anniversary was one. They had the remaster, which doesn't count. That's a remaster. But that was a remake. And now this remake for Atlantis. And then Catalyst is the new game.
Of course, the biggest thing that everybody's talking about are these new models for Lara Croft. Let's just say what we're all thinking. Finally. Yes, amazing. This is exactly what people have been asking for. Turns out we're really not that hard to please. What I really want to talk about in this video is just how significant this change of direction really is. And what do I mean by change of direction? Well, if the Netflix Tomb Raider show was anything to go by, people were rightfully skeptical at the idea of a new Lara Croft model. Yes, of course, people were mad that you took
Absolutely shit. Animation shit. The only thing redeeming about this is Haley Atwell voicing Lara Croft. That's it. That's it. Everything looks shit about this. So cheap, so ass looking. I'm sorry. It's absolute. This is not Lara Croft. This is Lars Croft or Larry Croft.
the most iconic female character in gaming and made her look like this. Put her head on a man's body.
Yup. And I saw people post this body function, this image right here on the right to AI, and they asked them, what is this character, or something like, is this a man? And then they said, yes, this is a man, and they explained why this is a man, the shape, everything. And it's like, and then they posted this picture, and then they said, yes, this is a female on the left. On the left here, the regular Lara Croft. They're like, this is a female. And when you post this, even the AI thinks this is a dude, and the AI thinks this is a female. So Netflix fucked up so hard, and we talked about this last time. They fucked up so hard with this design that even the AI thinks this is a dude, which it is. This is not Lara Croft. This is something else entirely.
Anybody that has eyes can see it. And
dude, she looks straight up. She has literally the muscle of a man, like everything about it. Even like, even the face structure could be even a man. Dude, this is insane. This is actually like disgusting. Like what they did to Lara. It's a disgrace.
You can tell me that this is a bad frame or a bad angle. There are other frames where she doesn't look like that. She doesn't look any better in any of the other frames or angles either. It is what it is, and it's not at all like the original Lara Croft, who gained popularity for being exactly what she is, and this was a total deviation from the iconic and really memorable aesthetic that she had going on. I personally really disliked it at the time, and I know a lot of other people did too. So imagine the shock when they revealed these new models and they look amazing. This one actually kind of reminds me of Millie Bobby Brown. That's totally off topic, but does anyone else see that? But anyway, this is
I saw
huge.
a little bit. It kind of looks like it, but barely. But I saw a little bit.
The culture is shifting.
Hell yeah.
change is coming. And why is it happening? The truth is, more and more people got tired of walking on eggshells around individuals who based their entire personality on trying to dismantle some non-existent system of oppression that supposedly existed in gaming culture. The very same individuals who were once critical of the original Lara Croft design, the ones that attributed femininity directly to the male gaze and demonized it to the point where female characters look more like an afterthought rather than a well-designed, interesting figure in games. This here is so poetic because I actually think that there's no better character than Lara Croft.
Damn, I missed this. This is so sick. Dude, the gunplay. I hope they toned the gunplay to be better. It has to be like the original, but it has to be, you know, implemented a great way to make it feel fluent and great when you're shooting. You know, shooting backwards, this way, that way, upward, flips. Oh my god, dude. It's gonna be so sick.
Be this symbol of change and an indicator of the better times
sick.
ahead. Of us getting to see more Western studios go back to their roots and create games that showcase a passion for the craft, rather than a greedy attempt at pleasing investors only to ultimately have the game flop.
Yo, that split this thing.
To ultimately have the game.
Dude, people say that she doesn't look good. This jump shot here, look at her chest size, dude, here. Damn. Dude. I know people said, oh, she needs the bigger chest. I think it looks pretty good, guys. Not gonna lie. I think she looks pretty good. She looks like a fit woman. You know, not too, not that crazy hourglass, but still fit enough to be real, but also pretty fantasy-like, you know, kind of deal. So it's not like too realistic either, but it could be real. Like, this is a girl that you could probably find.
Flop, and then pay game journalists to tell you, no, the game's not flopping, you're just a hater.
It's actually a female that looks good. They didn't uglify her, they didn't downgrade her. She looks actually good, I think. I think she looks good.
But I think that goes without saying, like, this will probably make them a lot of money. This is a huge win for everyone.
Yeah, it probably will. But will it disappoint? That's the question. This right now looks good. Everyone's praising how good it looks. Everyone's like, we're back, baby. But when it comes to actually playing it and we find out what is up, that's when we know that this is going to be a retcon, or is it going to be a reloop, or is it going to change so much that it's not recognizable to the original or something? They do this all the time. That's why I question the reimagining aspect of it.
Everybody, and just seeing her like this was enough to get me very hyped and excited for the future. But I knew that we were well and truly back when I saw this tweet here that I'm going to read out to you. Woof, this new design for Lara Croft is really jarring. I joked that she looks like those anti-woke Facetune photos of make gaming characters.
Smash JT would post all those AI videos as I make this character beautiful, and then it's like side by side the character kind of thing. That's what she's making fun of. This person I want to talk about, but she's already talking about it. Absolutely a grifter, straight up. I'll tell you later why she's a grifter, because she says one thing to get fake publicity, outrage, and then she believes, and then she does another thing. That's what she's doing here. Absolutely a grifter right here. We'll expose. I'll show you in a little bit.
It's hot again, but I don't know if it's a joke anymore. What do you mean she's fighting for her life but has a thick set of falsies? Yes, thank you. I'm so glad you posted this. At this point, a lot of you guys have probably seen that tweet circulating, and I just want to say that it's almost unbelievable.
Falsies, if you guys didn't know, it's not her chest. Because I know some people were like, falsies, what? Because I was like, what is falsies? Oh, it's the eyelashes, the eyelash thing. It's not her chest, guys. Calm down.
That we're back to a point where Lara Croft is getting criticized for being too pretty. Like, are we going into 2026, or is this 2000?
Yeah, that's all the people. It's mostly all. I hate using the word woke, but it is the woke people. The woke people are getting upset.
2006. It's so funny that after the trailers were revealed, one of the first tweets that I saw about it, which I unfortunately didn't save, said something along the lines of, "I can't wait for all the gamer bros to say how ugly she is." And then, ironically, the very next tweet I saw was this one that I just read out here, complaining about the opposite. It just shows how out of touch some of these people are, and nuance is completely dead to them in this conversation. To address the false lashes comment first, if you're complaining about this, then you just have no idea what Lara Croft is or what she represents. I feel like maybe some people are too new to the franchise as well, and you know, I'll give them that. Like if they came from the Survivor trilogy, sure.
I know a lot of people that came through the Survival trilogy. I know that for sure. And they won't go back and play the other Tomb Raiders. I know people like that. So, yes, that's why I always recommend don't stick to the survival games. Yes, they are fun. Yes, they are a different kind of game. But you got to remember, more than half of the games are the regular Tomb Raider games. With the acrobatics, the puzzle solving, the parkour, the shooting, all that, you know, those are most of those games. So if you're playing this game only, I'm sorry to say it, but that's not the future of Lara Croft. This is a one and done trilogy, and that's it. That's why I said I like the game, but it's not Tomb Raider. That's why I always said I'm okay with this. I thought the character was fine. Whatever. Yeah, she cried a lot. That did piss me off too many times. She's always sad about everything and all that. But how she looked, I thought she was okay. She was okay. She was a younger Lara, and I accepted that. You know, after they did it more and more, I was like, okay, they're, you know, toning her a little bit up. All this and that. Not too crazy muscular like the Netflix yet, but I was like, okay, maybe she's becoming that Tomb Raider. Nope, she never became that Tomb Raider. That's what disappointed a lot of people.
She is a lot more banged up there, like a little rough around the edges, but that's because those games were just different. They were trying to show something else. We are going back to the original Lara Croft here. She was always super pretty. This was never meant to be a realistic depiction of a solo female traveler / adventurer who's super rough looking because of it. She was a glamorous, timeless, femme fatale type figure, super charming and charismatic. She was meant to kick your ass and look really good while doing it. If you'd bothered to look at her older designs from both...
And the dudes would hit on her, and she would always be like, maybe, maybe not. She was like, she's the antithesis of a like Catwoman or Black Cat character. She's very flirtatious, but she would double cross you when you don't accept, you know, you least expect it kind of deal, you know. She would be that kind of character, you know. She's like that. But yeah, she always aimed for what she was looking for. Once in a while she'd do some flirtatious things here and there, but she would aim for what she wanted, and she wanted the treasure. She wanted the artifact. She wanted to be the best, pretty much. So that's what she is. She's not gay. Let's not get that. It's like, why is she not bi? Like, where did this bi thing come from? It's probably from the survival. They're probably hinting something for that. But no, she'd never do that. She would just be. She's not that kind of character. She would never really do that. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe they wanted to do that back in the day. I don't know.
Anniversary.
But I doubt it.
And the original, she is so clearly wearing a full face of makeup in both. There's lip liner and eyeliner. She's very well put together, and that's the whole point.
Yep.
That is the fantasy. And I know often this gets attributed to the male fantasy and whatever, but let me just tell you, because of the way that she is designed, this is clearly a character where, like, if somebody tells you that you look like her, that's a huge compliment. Like, it's just, it was part of the culture. She's a really popular character for cosplay. As a brunette, she was also one of my favorites always, because I always felt like blondes got a lot more love.
Dude, easy costume to do for Tomb Raider if you're brunette. Easy. And if you're good looking too, and you have that costume, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Easy. Easy. Easy cosplay right there for you girls. Easy.
Like Barbies were always blonde, or most of them were blonde, and most of the pop stars at the time were blonde as well. It was really nice to have this absolute icon in video games that's a brunette. So yeah, as we've said, she looks amazing. The future looks bright. But there is another side to this that I do want to address here. One of the things that people criticize me on is that whenever I bring up these topics, my videos are usually very one-sided in terms of the arguments that I make. And you know what? Yeah, I think that that's a fair observation. I definitely do represent one side of the argument a lot more than the other, probably because that's my opinion as well. Of course, I'm gonna want to give more time and attention to argue my own point of view, right?
Yeah, that's true, but like I feel like yeah, it's okay to have one sided of the argument, but like she understands that this is a good way to Tomb Raider to come back. Like, most people see that and they're like, yeah, this looks good. They're cautious of what Crystal Dynamics does, but they say this looks good, you know? That's everyone's thoughts. So she's just saying what she wants, you know? That's her opinion. And I think she's right in some areas here. It's not like she's wrong at all.
But in the spirit of fairness for this discussion, I will say that there has been complaining from the other side of things as well. First of all, and
yes, there is. I will bring that up too. So we have the woke side saying Laura's too sexy. This is not what we want. What happened? Why are we going back to this Laura? Like all the feminists and weird ass simp dudes out there, feminist dudes out there are crying about this. And then we have the anti-woke side that are saying she's not pretty enough. You need to make her more prettier like the originals were kind of style. And not saying, you know, he's like, she's a downgrade. What are we doing? We deserve better. This and that. I'm like right in the middle saying, yeah, I think she could be improved even a little bit more, but I think this is fine. This is the best we're going to get Laura in a long time, dude. Laura looks good. Laura looks good. I'm not going to tell you Laura looks bad. Or Lara. I like to say Laura, but it's Lara. I know it's Lara. I like Laura, though. Laura. But I'm in the middle. And I think both of the sides are really dumb right now. Fighting with each other about Lara Croft. About how this digital character is supposed to look like. Like, fucking, can we just get a win here? Because this is right now a win in the looks department for me. Now, that's what I'm saying. Crystal Dynamics and Amazon Studios, that is going to be the question. That is going to be the problem we have to speculate right now. Not fucking how Laura looks, because she looks really good. She's fine. She's good. Let's not... There's worse things right now than how Lara Croft... Of course, Lara Croft her looks are definitely important. That's what sells. But let's get it straight that they could fuck this up real easily with just story elements or anything to switch it out of you, because they showed the thing that everyone was looking for, and everyone says we're back until we see it. I'm not saying anything else.
Very predictably, people were saying that her chest isn't big enough. Is it smaller than the other games? Yes.
Yes.
Is it a problem?
No.
No. Some of you might remember my Oblivion Remastered video where I pointed out that they really downsized the chests of the female characters, or they just removed or toned down anything that kind of accentuated the female figure in clothing or armor. Here I had way more of an issue with it just because they made female characters look very, very androgynous. Like, the original was not exaggerated in any way, and yet they still felt the need to kind of downsize, and even in things like statues as well. It was just an overall very unnecessary change. This new Lara model is different because they didn't take her chest away. She still has it, and I mean, even her top is lower cut, so I guess they just wanted to go a bit of a different direction with it without majorly taking away from her iconic look. And I think that they did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I mean, just a reminder, this is how she looked in the Netflix show, so this was a huge surprise. The truth is that some people will never be happy. I saw someone
True.
else on Twitter talking about some streamer, and she's apparently a really big fan of the franchise, but she didn't like this new look and she didn't like the trailers. I feel like this is maybe a case of just some people not responding to change very well, even if something is well done. But the main point is, and taking out personal opinions, because everybody is entitled to have their own opinion, of course, I do agree that there are people that will—
I'm telling you, yes. It's the people that started playing Survivor and never played Tomb Raider before. Those are the people are not accepting this new thing. They want a Survivor 4. Like Tomb Raider, the Survivor Series 4. That's what they want. But they're not getting that. So now they're just confused. It's like, I thought this was Tomb Raider. Like, bitch, sit down and play the original games. Tell me when you come back that those games were way harder than the other games were. I'm telling you right now, they were harder. So play those games and appreciate where Tomb Raider came from, because that's not Tomb Raider to the max. They are fine as a games or a prequel or whatever they are, but don't expect those ever to come back. I'm telling you right now, they're going back to the original Tomb Raider. That's where it should have been in the first place. So these people need to wake up and actually see reality that this is what's working and what's going to work, because people are wanting to go back. The OG Tomb Raider fans want this to be good. So that's what we're getting, because the other ones underperformed. The first one was a success. After that, the other ones pretty much underperformed after that. The other two games for Survivor. So let's see what happens.
Never be happy, and they probably will look to make an issue out of something that really isn't that bad. I've brought this meme up before, but like the people that put the really large chest on the character from Ghost of Yota and said, this is what gamers want. Now, I still do think that that was more than likely just satire, was a joke. Yeah,
it's a joke, but there's actually meaning to it in some way. I know it is satire, it is a joke. But this is what gamers want, or this is what I put in ChatGPT to make her beautiful, and then we get someone else. It's a joke, yes. And it does trigger all the wokies, and they get crazed about it and all that. I understand it. Sometimes it's a little too much for me, but I understand where the premise is coming from.
But, you know, if people really do think that way, that doesn't really represent my side of the argument or the sort of things that I'm advocating for at all. This is an example of like an extreme opinion, and there have always been extremes on both sides of the argument, and there always will be. And just even in this particular discussion, in this video alone, we can see both ends of the spectrum. But just for today, let's take the win. I'm really excited for this release. I think that this looks great, and I think that the future is also very exciting if this is the direction that we're going to start taking. I truly believe that we are witnessing the start of some real change for the better. That's about it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. As always, huge shout out to my channel members. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all in the next video. Be seeing you. Bye.
There you go, guys. There you go. Definitely check her channel. She makes a lot of interesting videos. I think she's a cosplayer as well, and a bunch of other things. So I thought this video was interesting, and I liked her points of view of it. I gave her a like. See, I'm telling you, females love... See, men like Lara Croft because how she looks, and females want to be Lara Croft. So everyone likes Lara Croft. But for some reason, some people, the two people on X or Twitter, are really pissed off that this is how a woman looks like, kind of deal, you know? And they want to change that. So yeah, we're so back, gamers. There we go. So yeah, definitely check her out. Angela like a touch. I probably butchered that. I'm sorry. But yeah, definitely a watch that I enjoyed. Because very, very, very good video. Very good. Very good. Very, very good. But yeah, there is a lot. I'll just show you a little bit more of the argument here people are showing. on X. Here we go. Kala 2K7. Are we really gonna act like the next Lara Croft design isn't a downgrade? Okay, girl. There you go. The downgrade. Is it a downgrade? So this one on the bottom, or the one on the left, is the OG with the swimsuit or the water suit. And the one on the right is the new version. Dude, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. It's not that bad. You gotta chill. Take a chill pill, dude. It's not that bad. And then we have another one. So this is what I'm telling you. This is like the anti-woke side stuff too. Like learning the law. The amount of gaslight and overturn window shifting around Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis is insane. The character design has been completely watered down. Competed to the games like Underworld. Lara's body has been gradually sliced away since the original. You deserve the industry. Oh my God. Here's more. Tomb Raider, Underworld. I wish we could go back. So this is what I'm talking about. Like the woke and the anti-woke people are fighting about Lara Croft's looks. Too sexy. My other one's like, it's not good enough kind of deal. It's like, dude, Lara Croft 2008 versus Lara Croft 2025 from Tomb Raider franchise. What do you notice? Bitch! I swear. This is rage bait. This is straight up rage bait.
No!
Huh?
This is rage bait to the max, dude. Straight up. This is so unfair. One is she's literally zoomed into her boobs and she's wearing a top. This one, she's literally from the trailer and they show that. Dude, straight up rage bait. Easily. What the rage bait. All of this. This is what peak marketing look like, and we've made sure the so-called modern audience pretending to be Tomb Raider fans never forget about where the franchise came from. Actually, this is a great, good ad, actually. This is a great ad. If you know this ad, this is a good one. I love this one. Are you sure you want me to wear this? And the dude's ready there, and she's cosplaying. Dude, this advertisement is pretty good. Not gonna lie. It's pretty good, but... Yep, here we go. Netflix didn't make Lara Croft masculine. She looks the same. I think this is also a troll. There's no way. There's so many trolls, dude. And you know this girl? We were talking about the falsies she was talking to in the video. Yeah, so guess what? People found out. Is this you? Look at this. This is what I said why she's a grifter. I'm about to buy Dark Souls Remastered and play the first game for the first time for no particular reason at all. And not for a specific character that probably shows up for like 1 second. No, not at all. No, not at all. Bruh.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
She's gooning. She's gooning to this creature or this thing in Dark Souls. I don't know. I never played. I played a little bit Dark Souls, but I never got to this part in Dark Souls. So I'm not really that big into Dark Souls, but okay. But I've heard more things about her that she was cosplaying as like Tifa and other characters. And then she goes with this shit that, oh, Lara Croft doesn't look like that. Why does she look like that? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, you dressed up as Lara Croft, probably cosplayed too. So she's straight up rage baiting too. This is what I say. The woke and the anti-woke are rage baiting each other. And people are like, what is going on? This is stupid. I'm so glad these hags are in the bin and pretty Lara is back. The collective PTSD the fandom has from these unified Lara Croft design teases. Yeah, these were actually ass. The Call of Duty ones, the fucking this one that looks like Larry Croft. There's so many of these bad designs. See, yeah, these are bad. The one in Dead by Daylight might be that one's kind of decent. but these were absolutely disgusting. Some of these designs are bad. And there's another one. Here's another one. Lara Croft is queer icon with a 90% LGBTQ plus fan base, of course. Because this guy, I think straight up is rage baiting. So this guy said, Tomb Raider, was it not? Not said. Tomb Raider is an IP designed for teenage boys. It's not for grown women. It's not for queer folks like myself. It's not even for grown ass men. Lara Croft is a character designed for the sole purpose of luring males between 16 and 21 into buying the video game. Fair enough. I could see that. Fair enough. I don't see anything bad about this. This is just a point he made, you know. And it's not for queer folks like myself. So this is he's a gay person. So yeah, okay. Fine with me. He just made a point. And then this guy's like, worst take yet. She's a queer icon and she always will be. 90% of the fan base is LGBTQA plus. And she inspired millions of women, including kid female gamers across the globe in a world designed specifically for male audiences. She broke every single barrier, and she's still thriving.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Holy shit.
This is not for real. This person's not for real. This is a troll. This is a troll. A famous explorer once said, I made my own luck. This must be a troll. There's no way. There's no way, dude. No way. And then, yeah, Pirate Nation said, Lara Croft, a queer icon with 90% fan base. Of course. So, yeah, a lot of these people, some of them are trolling. Some of them are actually grifting on it. There's a lot of things going on. Is this the Western AAA industry finally learning? And a bunch of positives for the video and a bunch of positives of this one too. Likes, a bunch of likes are happening for both. So, no ESG funding left. Sad face. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. But yeah, there you go. That's it for Lara Croft. All this here, Tomb Raider stuff. It's a lot of Tomb Raider speak, a lot of controversial or conversation going on here. What side you on? I'm in like right in the middle, guys. Straight up. I think she's good. I don't think she's too bad. My only question I want to say, this is why I said, is it back? Well, Lara looks good, but we will see with the story. We will see how it plays. We'll see everything, how buggy it is with Unreal Engine 5, optimization issues. Again, Crystal Dynamics is making this. Keep in mind, Crystal Dynamics is in a really bad situation right now. They really need a win because they've been getting L's and L's constantly, layoffs after layoffs, and they have activists on the fly working with them or something because they're changing this character completely, and the stories they're telling, they're not good. They've lied to so much people, and it's not good. So they need a win, or they're going to be completely done for. Amazon's going to say, no more. Let's get rid of them. We're going. And including Phoebe Waller-Bridge with the series that's coming out with, what's her name? Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones, playing Lara Croft with other things. It's supposed to combine the stories, I think, with Catalyst or with Atlantis. Legend of Atlantis. It's combining those with the games coming out with the series. So, again, that is also a red flag with Phoebe Waller-Bridge. That's also going to be interesting to see what happens with that. But, yeah, there's a lot here, guys. All right, so we're about 3 hours in. We're going to end it now. That's it for me today. All the topics are done. Dunno. We're completely ready to get done with this, guys. Thank you so much again, guys, for coming by. I appreciate all of you that lurked or just watched or did whatever you can do. Like before you leave, please, and subscribe. I really appreciate if you can do that. It does really help. Make my Christmas great, guys. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you guys. Merry Christmas to all. I hope you have a good one, all. I really do. I hope you stay with your loved ones, family members, you know, your pets, if you're with your pets. Everyone, you know, it's gonna be an awesome time, hopefully, this Christmas for all of you guys. So what's gonna happen at this week? I'm not sure if there's gonna be any content besides this. We'll see. I'll be working on the video, and next week we'll have another stream. I'll let you guys know when, as well as we'll do a birthday bash for me. So that one, we're just going to chill and have fun with no topics for that one, I think. We're just going to chill and have some fun. Talk about things and have people come in and stuff, you know, kind of deal. We'll see. But yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. Happy holidays to you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you again, everyone, for coming. And yeah, see you in the next one. Let's just get out of here. Head out, and I'll see you guys. Merry Christmas, all. I'll see you soon.
Are you not entertained?